Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of the Mariguard Mercenaries. I know it's been a minute since we last played, so I'm going to be a little bit more, well, relaxed about the recap. But if we can get, a recap from somebody, we can assign inspiration based on where most of the information comes from, I guess.
If someone tells me where we start, I can help.
I mean, we started on the beach.
Last time we started at the beach.
Right, and we talked to the crew.
We
talked to pirates.
We talked to them.
Yeah,
we
we
decided to
had
parlay in a couple days, and then they went back.
They backed off basically from intimidating the crew because the crew didn't have defense.
We had come up from a fig tree, and we had the high ground, and they were like not about sneak attack from us.
Sylvie talked to her crabs.
Yep, and we got some stuff.
They brought up a skeleton with plate on it. They brought up a chest. They brought up another thing. I don't remember.
There was a ring.
I don't think they actually brought up any of our bags, though.
No, they did not.
No, they did not. They did not
They're
find a single bag.
working on it.
I mean, we got cool loot, but they also have not found the correct soft shell.
They found a scroll of snowball swarm. My notes.
Oh, who has that?
I don't remember.
Well, someone should have that.
A scroll of
I vote for Ken.
Snillock snowball swarm.
That would be very funny.
And then we decided to take off. We warned the crew about a couple things. Decided to take off into the woods.
Encountered some spiders. Was that the same thing? Yeah, we basically got into a fight with some spiders trying to eat Grief, and we decided to save him instead of letting him get eaten.
Dahl noticed that we were being followed. Well, there was somebody running along. And so
and that was Grief?
Yep.
Yes, and we heard him.
And then by the time we caught up and we were watching, there were spiders surrounding him. And we got involved, and then we realized that there was also a hag there, but it was invisible.
And she sucked.
And we were able to overcome the spiders.
I remember casting like wind tunnel or something, and just
Gust
the spiders like tumbleweeds rolling through it. It was very useful.
Yeah, we had. Who was the spider killing machine? There was some spider killing machine.
Someone was killing. I think it was Dahl. Wasn't Dahl just fucking murdering them? Like
Dahl basically was destroying the whole battlefield and looking at the rest
show.
of us like.
Probably the rogue.
Come on.
We're at that level. And then, yeah. So we defeated the hag. We got an amulet off the hag. We decided with Grief that we would meet up with him at the pirate place that I can never remember.
Pirate
the name
Cove.
Hidden.
And then we decided to make our way back with what we could drag of the spiders.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Penn. You might have volunteered at the beginning, but Meg really ran away with it.
That's totally fine. I remembered less than I thought I did.
So, Meg, you've earned yourself a point of inspiration for remembering most of everything that happened last session, and so we can dive right back into it, right where we started once again. You're at the beach of the shipwreck. You've dragged several spider carcasses back for food to the crabs, which means let me go ahead and pull you back to this map. And that raises the next question. What do you all do?
Well, I think the first thing is to take a long rest. Yeah.
Yeah, I think our plan was to camp, right?
You guys, you left, you moved an hour, you had a fight, you came an hour back.
But I used all our abilities.
But I thought it was getting close to nighttime anyway when we left.
Was it?
No.
Well,
I think our time perception.
Isn't it morning?
What time is it?
It was the morning.
Okay.
You spent a day in the Fey nonsense land.
Oh, that's right. We were all the way in the Feywild. Okay.
They fast traveled you back it was the evening then. You encountered the crew. They ran away. You slept. You woke up.
Did? Oh
You
my
did.
god.
Tired people.
Oh, so we're all we're like
You
tapped out
woke
of
up.
resources.
You
It's been an hour.
you mingled with crabs for a little while. You got
What, I
treasure
mingled
out
with
of the
crabs?
crabs. You left. So
Okay, so we should be heading into the woods then.
it is about 11 in the morning.
Okay,
Well,
so we
gotta
dragged
feed-
the meat back, and now we're going
we
out
gotta feed the
again.
crab when
Yeah.
we-
I
yeah,
will
feed
allow
the
you a
crab.
short rest if you'd like to recover some of your
Sure.
abilities, but it is way too soon to when you woke up for a long rest.
Well, now that we're all on the same page.
Okay, do you take a short rest on the beach?
I would like
Yeah.
my hit points back. So
Go
yes.
ahead, anybody who'd like to. You're in a safe place. Taking a short rest is no issue.
Spring is going to clean all of the muck off of herself that she got. She got lots of spider guts on her last time. She's gonna clean those up.
Classic.
Okay. I have repaired First Mate Beaks' token so many times, and it keeps turning into the leader of the Mariguard. I need... There.
He's secretly
He's
our
fixed.
boss in disguise.
Jesus.
He's been our boss this whole time.
Foundry is delightful software, but sometimes it makes errors that make me very confused.
Yeah. Errors that make no sense.
So,
Okay, I only get hit points back. Rest. Or short rest.
all right. As you all take a short rest on the beach, you hang out and watch as the crew continue to work on the ship. And the captain is basically just overseeing. And it turns out the crew requires a lot of oversight. None of them... There's only like one or two that actually have skill in woodworking or carpentry, but they weren't professionals in it. So you see the crew making a lot of dumb mistakes. Like putting up shipboards without nails. So there's lots of what the industry calls rework going on right now, where boards fall out because all that's holding them in there is resin and sealant made of basically tree pitch. So there's a lot of shouting. There's a lot of people looking like they've done something stupid and been caught. And, it's probably not malicious, just incompetence. As you take your short rest, and you finish at about noon, you all can get moving once again. This time, Griffix has put away the pina colada he was sipping from, and has rejoined the party.
Did you have
Hey,
a nice
guys.
break?
Oh yeah, I just needed to take the morning off.
Yeah. I mean, your panties were kind of in a wad after the whole Fae party.
Well,
Wow.
good thing I was there to save you guys. I don't know what would have
I
happened.
don't think we were in trouble per se.
I don't even remember. That was so long ago. It was like this morning.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that later.
So, shall we?
Yeah, I guess we might as well make some progress.
By all means. Does anybody recall how long it's going to take you to get to Hidden?
15
A
minutes.
day?
At
N-
4 days?
2 days. 3 days. It's a bit.
Just
Keep
guess, everybody.
Fortnite.
Let's hear it.
2
Fortnite.
days. 3 days.
It should take
Who
4
said
days.
I'm a genius.
Yeah, that's what I said. 4 nights.
hmm
Nice.
Hull Drift is not a particularly small island, but it is crossable on foot, especially with a skilled ranger, or perhaps somebody
Which we don't have.
proficient in survival. Are any of you proficient in survival?
Yeah.
Yes.
Scythe is. Okay. Ken is, and Doll are. So,
Lots of survival proficient
apparently.
people.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get a marching order here. We have one, it looks like. But Griffix has disappeared because he was taking a break. Allow me to pull him.
Ken is gonna quickly lag behind because he is gonna pull out his lyre and start working on his songs that he has started making.
Okay.
Off on the road to.
I mean, I'm good with my spot.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, so then I will move Ken back and move everybody else up one. Ken, you're still showing injured. Did you take a short rest or not?
Yeah. It did not give me very many points back.
I see. Okay, just checking.
Oh. Jeez.
Buddy.
All right, I need somebody to roll me a d4, please.
I rolled 3.
3. Okay.
Ding.
Carry.
King Fraserton.
Game Fraser tongue.
Ooh.
As you make your way into the woods, heading away from the shipwreck, heading out in the direction of Hidden as was described to you. One moment, please. All right. I need a perception check from 2 people, one in the front. And Ken, yours is a disadvantage because you are working on a song.
Yeah.
So just someone in the front and Ken?
Yep.
Because he's in the back?
Correct.
Alright. I'm going to give it to Cyclone.
Okay.
Or Doll, if yours is better, go for it.
Yours is better.
No, I've asked for the person in the front, and
Oh, me.
Scythe is in the front, so...
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant one of the people in the front for some
Yeah,
reason.
that's so too.
Ken rolled a 5. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm
does make
paying
sense.
super attention.
He's busy doing
Nice.
bard stuff.
As you are making your way through the forest, Scythe, the trees are remarkably dense as you pass through, and you spot there is a small opening, as if like a game trail runs off of the game trail you're currently on. You're making your way in the correct direction, but you spot, maybe 50 feet away, there is a small log shack built in a small clearing off to your right. You see immediately next to the shack is what looks like a hand-dug well, and rising from the shack, you see smoke. Not as if it is on fire, but as if someone is inside it. You can choose to investigate or ignore it and continue. Scythe is the one who
Someone
sees
lives
it.
here.
Someone lives here?
Hmm.
Do you think that's Guria's house?
No,
Should we knock?
we could.
Why?
I don't
The only thing I could
know.
think of would be to ask for directions.
That's fair, but we know where we're going mostly.
Would they have any better directions than what we were given?
Wow, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I'm getting the vibe of like, no, we shouldn't knock. Is that, am I picking up what you're putting down?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not that invested either way.
What does it smell like?
Roll a perception check.
I want to know if I'm smelling cooking children or like gingerbread.
Dang.
That's it, huh? Those 2 are the only things you
Only
could be
those 2
smelling.
options. 21.
I mean, they seem like they're actually kind of the same option.
A bit, yeah. With a 21,
Take a
you
whiff.
smell... Roll me a nature check.
Is children.
You do not smell children. You specifically,
Well.
you do not smell any meat, flesh, leather, anything like that cooking. You smell, it's a smell you smelled before, a smelly smell that smells smelly.
You beat me to it.
I did. I knew it was coming. It's the scent of boiling roughage, like boiling leaves and herbs and vegetation that's being stewed. Or it's not a great smell, but it's one you recognize. Typically, it's an herbalist type of smell.
Sylvie wrinkles her nose and she just kind of looks at the rest of the party and says, "We just kind of fought a hag. I don't know. I'm getting hag vibes. Cabin in the woods."
Damn.
I mean, it
What?
seems.
Feels a little
Do you think
prejudice.
it's the hag's house?
Yeah, it
That
seems a
is.
stereotypical.
If this is the hag's house, she left her oven on.
I mean, I don't suspect she thought she was gonna die today.
Should we go inside to turn the oven off so that like it doesn't burn the forest down? Or should we just kind of let nature take its course?
Let's
I
go
mean-
peek in the windows. Are there windows?
Yeah,
Doll
there
should
is.
do that for sure.
So the shack is not very big. There is a single window to the right of the door. The shack is made of what looks like logs. It looks like somebody cut down each of these logs and staked them together. So everything looks very handmade. The window doesn't have glass in it. You see there are basically like wooden slats that keep rain out, but otherwise you can just see straight into it.
I wonder how they did this without making Gria mad.
Maybe they asked the wood for consent first.
How do you proceed? Who's doing what?
I will leave these noisy people where they are.
Bickering.
And
Ken
sneak
will
up.
follow behind you.
I'll turn around and be like, "What are you doing?"
I thought we were gonna go see what's inside.
Oh my god, stay here. Somebody watch him.
Somebody to knock on the door if you get caught, right?
No way to
So,
talk to
I'll
your dad, doll.
My dad, and he's just gonna take off.
It's not my dad.
help. Ken's gonna follow.
Seriously, what are you doing? Do you want to go look? You could go look.
No, you can go look. I'm following. You have your space. I'll follow you behind.
Okay. The vibe here is we want to be quiet. Do you
Okay,
get me?
I can be quiet. He strings up he puts his leer back on his back very quietly.
Like Doll looks at the rest of you like, hello?
What? Do you want me to do something about this?
Alright,
So
you know what?
Just
It's fine.
keep on
Don't
going.
worry about it.
Spring just
Follow me.
says,
Just be
"Hey,
quiet.
that-
Okay. Anybody approaching the shack trying to be quiet, please roll a stealth check.
Sylvie is aware of her fault.
Spring
Her
is gonna.
flaws. So she's not moving.
I'm not hiding. I'm stealthing. So watch me fail now because I'm.
Imagine just going towards our objective. Not this party.
Okay. A 19.
Oh, not any party.
That's true.
Doll, a 26.
Yeah, it was just lag. Sorry.
As you approached, you try
So
the
I
door. Do
kinda-
you look in?
No, I'm trying to peek in the window first.
Okay.
Well, Ken's
Uh,
giving Doll 6 feet of
6
distance,
feet?
so he doesn't quite get to the cabin.
I'll give you your space. Is in melee range.
One moment. Okay. Doll, you peer into the window. Please give me a perception check.
Okay. I have rolled it. Hang on.
I believe you. Sometimes it lags until you bring up the foundry window again.
22.
Okay, here's what you see. Inside this shack, you see there is immediately to the right of the window, there is a mattress that looks like it's made of, like, corn husks stuffed into a canvas. You see next to that is handmade wooden furniture that's literally carved straight out of wood. Nothing in here looks like it was made with a carpenter's precision. Everything looks like it was banged together. And as you look
Rustic.
farther into the room, you see where the smoke was coming from. There is a large steel pot that you recognize as a galley pot from a ship. It's enormous, way bigger than any one person would need. There's a fire roaring underneath it. Smoke is getting pulled up into a chimney that leads out of the building. And leaning over that enormous fucking pot, you see there is a half-orc woman who's wearing clothes that look like they're just made of hides patched together. And you see she is breaking apart all sorts of herbs and vegetation, treating them with what looks like some sort of liquid. It looks like an oil, and then putting it into the pot. Do you have proficiency in herbalist tools, or are you proficient in nature or arcana?
Whoa. Not nature or arcana. Tools, calligraphers, cooks, poisoners. No.
Poisoners is close. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check, add proficiency.
Okay. So that would be like investigation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was almost good. 11.
Oh,
You know she's making a potion. You don't
Yeah.
know what the potion is based on the ingredients that you can't really see, but it's not food she's cooking. It looks like a potion. But because you don't see any sign of anything like meat or leather, you
Yeah.
also don't see any what you would call toxins, obviously. You expect it's like a fortifying potion of some kind.
She's just out here in her lane. Okay, I'm gonna just back up.
Literally minding her own business, yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm gonna back up quietly for the window and just like
Was there a hag in there?
I ignore Ken and walk back to the.
Okay, Ken will go peek in the window.
Okay.
Okay, roll perception.
Hi guys. It's just like an herbalist. I don't know. She's just making a potion or something.
Oh,
Oh.
I rolled a 7 on the other one.
I believe you. You see a half-orc woman as brewing something.
It doesn't look like she didn't have anything nice, fancy
No
in there.
babies being tossed in.
It's weird that that's what you would
Why
ask, but
you
no.
assume that?
Haven't you ever heard of hags and what they do?
We just killed one.
Okay, but
Yeah, and she had a dead baby in her pocket or something. I don't
I
remember.
just told you this didn't look like a hag. It just looked like an
Everyone that
alchemist,
lives
like a
in the woods
totally
is a-
normal person.
Everyone that lives in the woods isn't a hag, Sylvie.
It's just we're in really close proximity to where one was, you know. Just I
Okay,
feel like
that's
it's
true, but
logical.
I just told you it's not. So why?
No,
are we
and I
still-
believe you. I'm
why are we
just
doing this?
defending myself.
Okay.
I mean, you're
Bless
in
you,
really
Bless you.
Griffiths.
close proximity.
Gesundheit. It sounds like
I had a
inventor.
big
it
pot
sounds
that was
like-
like one of those.
just
Galley
someone minding
pots.
their own business.
Could you fit a person in it?
Sylvie?
I'm just gonna say no because I need you to walk away.
Okay, I'll let it go.
Because you could.
I will. She starts walking. Look at me, letting it go.
So
So-
do you continue on?
Yeah, I don't want to bother her.
Okay.
She doesn't need this shit
She's
in her
focused
life.
and
Look at these
flourishing.
people.
She doesn't need Sylvie accusing her immediately of being a hag because she's
I mean,
cooking a potion.
Maybe Ken would sing her a song. She might like that, but you know. I'm just gonna go with my instinct, which is I would want to be left alone. It was me.
Okay.
Yeah, Spring is like.
The reason she lives
Really
alone on an
follows.
isolated island.
Is anybody else doing anything that needs to be addressed?
No, but Ken, as he follows along after the decision that they're gonna leave her alone, he does unsling his lyre and starts singing. So she probably catches some faint music going away from her.
She doesn't
She's
seem.
gonna run out.
She
Like,
doesn't.
save me.
There's no response.
Okay. Yeah, I was just letting.
Fair enough. Okay. Thank you for
Good job.
doing that. Hold on. We continue on. Your voyage continues. One moment.
Only minor distractions.
All right. Here's what happens next. You've been traveling for a bit farther, a few hours after your encounter with the shack in the woods, who was just a ranger in the woods. I'm glad we've...
Living her life.
Yeah.
We'll never know the mystery of how she cut down trees in this forest, though.
Nope,
You know
he
what?
never will.
We wouldn't know it if we met her because she would be like, "Get the fuck away from me."
That's Ken's next song, "The Mystery of the."
Get the fuck
Oh,
away
I thought it was
from
gonna be
me.
get the fuck away from me.
No,
All right.
he never wants that.
Is the marching order the same, or have you changed it up? Anything
haven't.
different?
Sure.
Okay. In that case, I need a survival roll from our our barbarian. 12. Okay, please roll me a d2, as there's options.
I love options.
Okay, hold on. I'd like a perception check. This is mostly an audible perception check, so anybody can make it.
Okay. Terrible.
Listen with your special ears.
God, it's
Ken
so
does have
weird.
ears. His job will be very difficult without them. Beethoven out here.
I was gonna say Beethoven did it.
I'm borrowing the brain cell right now.
Thanks.
23. 18. Griffix, do you mind rolling perception for me?
A little bit.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to do so anyway.
Okay. You know how good Griffix is at this kind of thing.
It's okay.
Good.
We're listening to music in the back. It's not
Okay.
it's not our fault.
Exactly.
As you guys are making your way down this game trail, following Scythe, there's a fork that comes across. And Scythe, both options look like they could lead where you're going. That's not very helpful, so you choose one. You rolled a 1 on the D2, so which direction do you go, left or right?
Left.
Okay. As you make your way down this pathway, maybe about 15 minutes later, the pathway is descending. You're going down a slope. And then 18 and 23, Spring and Doll, almost at the same time, the two of you both hear moving water off to your left. It's not the sort of moving water that you'd expect to hear in the forest that would just suddenly happen. It's as if, like, you've just come out of a clearing and you hear loud water.
What the?
It's almost surprising. That's what you get on the high perception rolls. Everybody else, sorry. Everybody above a 10, so Sylvie and Scythe, you hear water moving to your left.
We're being prosecuted.
Griffix and Ken, you guys are distracted.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sounds wet over there.
Oh, what was that?
You mean like
This is
somebody spit?
weird.
Yep.
The sound being
No, like-
pointed out to you, you suddenly realize what you're hearing, which you just assumed was wind or the forest. You realize, no, it's actually water.
And it's sudden. Like, it wasn't like a trickle. There wasn't like, it's not like we heard a stream or anything before that.
Right, it just suddenly seemed loud, as if someone unplugged your ears and you could hear it.
Yeah, as if we came out of an area of something. that was-
Muffledness.
Yeah.
What is that?
Okay.
no.
Can I just walk back like maybe 100 feet to see if the sound goes away real quick? Yeah, like that.
Roll investigation.
Smart.
14. There is definitely a difference. So as you're walking backward, now that you're paying attention for it, as this forked road goes down a slope, you're climbing back up it, you hear the water at an audible volume, and then rapidly it seems to get quieter.
Okay, like I like dig a little line with my finger. Oh, no, with my foot in the sand or the trail. Just make a little bit of a mark where I think the transition happens.
Okay.
And I'd like to make an arcane check.
Sure.
Ooh, look at that.
26.
Do I perceive anything this time?
Well, you don't perceive fuck all with an arcana check. You interpret what is happening in a way that makes sense to you based on your...
Wait, guys. It makes sense to me now.
The sudden changes of environment, the sudden information, and you finding a place where it's changing. You've already been literally to a Fey paradise on this island. You've literally been to another plane already on Holdrift. The fact that everything suddenly changes by your perceptions on a boundary makes you believe there's likely either a veil or a curtain between the planes somewhere here. And you think an edge of it is where you've marked the line.
So, guys, this is a boundary. That's what's
Where?
going on here.
Of what though?
Are we in the
Uh,
Feywild again?
I think a veil or a boundary between planes.
Well, I'm
Yeah, that's
hearing
it.
water. Could it be the water plane?
Ooh.
With a natural 20 of a 26, the water plane is... There's not really air in the water plane. So no.
Oh.
That's definitely not that. I don't know why you would think that. Sheesh.
I don't know, man.
Everybody knows that wouldn't happen. Why would there be air in the water plane?
Is that a
So if we're in a different plane right now, I wonder,
sorry,
does that mean...
It does sound like a waterfall.
Let's go look at it. I'm gonna go look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Does that mean that we're not...
I never saw
We have to find our way out in the same way like we did with the Feywild? Well,
I mean, this might be like
Are we
more of an
still on both?
overlap than like a hard transition from one to the other. Like,
I'm just gonna follow the sound and head.
Wait.
towards the water.
As you guys are starting to get off the trail, I'm just be like, we're trying to get something done, and people are depending on us. Do you want to
are?
explain to them? Yeah, like literally,
oh
legit.
shit!
There's a whole bunch of sailors that hired us to protect them. Maybe we shouldn't go chasing waterfalls and listen to the...
Oh my
I
god.
didn't mean to go there, but I ended up there.
Oh fuck!
Okay,
I'm
but
not
Wow.
going to listen to the streams.
But if
that
we don't
used to
know where we are, then we don't know what this path does.
Yeah,
Well,
but
Yeah,
that's not
if you're
where
right
the
and it is a boundary...
cove is going to be.
Okay, so
It's either down that path or the other one.
no,
I don't
gotcha,
want
man.
to mislead you. The sound
that's
of
not-
water, it's along the path that you're already on.
Oh, okay. So let's just keep going.
Well, but what if we're walking into a different plane instead of where we're trying to go?
Then we'll just go
I
backwards.
mean, the only other option is that we go back and try the other path, right?
We could just build a hut, brew some grass. All right, let's go.
We could
same
just
way.
live here forever.
We're going to go down the path, right?
Sure.
Yes,
Okay.
the way we're supposed to be going.
Maybe. But at least I feel like we're trying to progress towards getting off the island.
Okay.
Yes.
As you...
None of us want to stay here.
I don't know. It's kind
Really?
of nice.
I wasn't so sure about that.
I don't want to stay here, and I'm leading the way. So let's go.
Yeah. Okay, leader, let's go.
As you follow the path heading towards the sound of water, whether you like it or not, you come across the waterfall. Why, Foundry, why do you do this? One moment.
Well, something happened on my screen. Oh, there it is. I got a waterfall.
The strange
I see it.
part, disregard this about the image, because oddly enough, I couldn't find an image of the waterfall going upwards.
That's
The
not
waterfall is falling in reverse.
Ah, Feywild.
Can I roll an Arcana check on that, please?
Sure.
What is happening?
The water, you see, it comes from
25.
high.
Right.
25.
The waterfall, water up.
Physically, this doesn't make sense. Which makes
Yeah,
you believe,
that's
especially with Griffith's point of view, that there is a boundary. You believe you're likely in the Feywild right now.
Right.
In fact, as you look up, you don't see Pyrrhus or Tyrrhus. You don't see the suns.
Elf bullshit. Are you kidding me?
Aren't you half an
All
elf?
right. Let's wrap it up. Go back.
And go around the Feywild?
We go back.
You want to go
back.
through the dimension?
No.
I
go
don't
back.
know which one's
That's
better.
not how dimensions work.
What
I
if
go
we
back
don't know
to
how
back
dimensions work.
What if we go back, go on the other path, and then we still end up in the Feywild, though?
Then
Well,
we are
We
burn
might as
that
well
bridge
just
when we
try
get
to go
to it.
through.
How are we supposed to know where the bubble pocket weird slippy dip is? Like, are we just gonna, if we hear a waterfall, step back until we figure out where we're going around it? Like,
I just want
Well.
to take the other path.
Okay, let's.
Oh,
let's
there
go
was a fork?
back. Let's take the other path.
You-
Yes,
Yes.
Sylvie, there was a fork.
oh, well then I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's go.
So you backtrack?
Ken,
Yeah.
because he's at the back, he just turns around and starts going.
Okay. You
Besides,
back?
how far did we go down this path anyway? An hour, 15 minutes?
Maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You backtrack. You go back to the fork. Yeah, you
Gonna end up in the Feywild again.
you go back. You see the line that Griffix drew in the soil. It's still there. As you make your way back to the fork, you go the other route.
Bring is visibly reluctant to leave.
Starting to get an itch for the Feywild, huh?
I mean, it was the first fun that she had in a while.
It's very interesting that someone so orderly and logical seems to be so drawn to the exact opposite.
Is that strange?
Oh,
It's really, it's really not.
All right. Scythe, roll me survival.
good roll.
Yes. You make your way down the road, and this, as you take the fork, this path is harder to discern. It looks like the game trail falls apart in a few places, but with that high survival roll, you identify the markers of where creatures have made their way through this forest, and you continue onward safely, rediscovering the game trail a good 15 minutes up. And as you guys make your way in, there's no sign of slipping into other planes. You're traveling for about an hour when I require a perception check from Scythe. All right. 19, you see it. There is on a big, broad tree trunk, right at the part of where the game trail seems to fall apart again. You see there is, painted with what looks like pitch in black on this tree trunk, there is a large arrow pointing ahead and slightly to the right.
A trail marker? Do you look?
No, it's an arrow, right?
No, it's not like arrow. It's like somebody drew a line with the little pointy thing at the end.
Yeah,
Okay.
Does
So
it
an
that's
arrow.
a trail marker.
does it look old or does it look fresh?
The pitch is dried, so it's at least a day old.
Okay.
You can't tell beyond that.
All right.
What is this trying to direct us to?
It's an excellent question.
Place
Right.
we're going to?
Because
Well,
people would
that-
make trails going to town or whatever this port we're going to.
It
That would
could
make
be a
us-
trap.
And this
could
is
be
what I
pissed.
mean. I mean, if we're going to a place called Hidden, why would there be such an obvious sign?
Oh,
We're
crap.
still-
We're never going to get there. Let's go to the Feywild.
We're still we are
We're quitting our jobs.
we're still days walk from Hidden, so we don't know what this trail marker is in reference to. So I'm gonna follow it, but be on your guard in case.
Yeah.
In case.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So Scythe will.
Are you our leader?
She's
the
leading
moment.
us, so yeah.
Oh shit. I thought we had to vote.
Would
Hell
you like
no.
to vote?
No.
I vote
No.
for Scythe.
Let's go.
Roll perception.
Not like a true leader. Disregards the pull to lead. Mhm.
That's what I like about her.
And
6.
she
Okay.
doesn't notice anything.
Okay. You go in the direction the arrow is pointing, which is mostly the same direction you were already leading everybody. You're basically going slightly off to the right, based on the arrow's pointing. And as you're following it, you're following that trail that the arrow has pointed you to. So it doesn't actually look like a game trail. It does. You are pushing your way through some brush. There is some places where the underbrush is patted down to the ground by creatures, and then there are places where it is not. It's not the easiest of travel, but it's definitely not. You're not cutting yourself through pure wilds. You see up ahead of you, on another broad tree on the left, another tar pitch painted arrow pointing a direction.
Does the
Can I
direction follow the
discern?
trail?
Can I discern anything about, like, are there footprints around the area here? Can I tell how trafficked it is?
Roll survival.
Has
And what did you ask,
someone-
Emily? I couldn't hear you.
Sorry. Is the direction still follows the trail?
It's slightly off to the right. It's slightly a little more to the right than the previous one was, but it seems to.
Based on like what directions we got from to go to hidden, like are we supposed to be veering towards the right a little bit?
It is too small scale to tell.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Your
mean, we are
hidden
still
is south.
days. We're
Okay.
days away still, so I feel like there's going to be some intervening nonsense, regardless of what we randomly encounter.
With a 22, you do see some markers of humanoids traveling. You see a lot of wildlife. You see a lot of noise from the woods. Just woodland creatures from small to big. But with a 22, you spot a footprint that is it's like humanoids but small. And you know for a fact it wasn't Grief, because Grief did not wear boots. And this
Okay.
creature did.
But roughly
it-
grief sized.
Yeah, a small humanoid.
Does it
Okay.
seem to be following the path or following the trail marker?
Okay, so
Or can I not tell?
at this point, you're not near the path. You're
Right,
on the
right,
trail
okay.
markers.
Okay, but there is definitely humanoid footprints that are
Yes,
here.
you see one small humanoid footprint that appears in the direction the arrow is pointing.
Okay.
It's been here, it looks like, the footprint with that 22. Based on the weather, you expect maybe it's been here for a couple days. It was hard to spot.
But it's still relatively fresh. This isn't like an abandoned trail.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Size frowns a bit and then nods and keeps going.
Okay. You continue onward. It's another 15 or 20 minutes of following the direction that trail marker pointed you in, and you can see there is some organization to the direction it pointed you in. There are trees, a dense forest, but there is a path you can kind of make out in between the trees. You do have to duck your way under some trees that have fallen from storms and such, but it's travelable. Roll me another perception check. $18. Okay. Ahead of you, there is another trail marking arrow painted in tree pitch. But it is pointing straight to your left. It is the most obtuse direction any of these have given you so far.
If I look to my left, what do I see?
With an 18 on your perception, it just looks like more forest. There's nothing particularly standing out to you.
Does it?
I will say it's hard to see very deep into the woods here. The undergrowth is very high. You can't really see far into the woods in any direction. It all just looks green.
Whoops. Sorry, I didn't mean to click that.
I don't know what you clicked.
It doesn't matter.
What's the holdup?
All of you see this arrow that Scythe is staring at.
That's
I'm just-
left, Scythe.
Size just sort of slowly turns her head, looks at Sylvie, and then looks back at the arrow, and she goes to the left. But her step has slowed a little bit. She is weirdly tenser now.
Okay.
That's what
Uh,
shooting does.
She's trying to pay more attention to her surroundings.
So is Spring.
okay.
Her instincts are
Like this
telling
later.
her to do this, so that's what she's doing.
Anybody who is wary.
Can Spring make an investigation check on the arrow?
What are you trying to investigate? What are you trying to discern?
Is it the same, like, are the arrows getting any fresher? Is it the same kind of pitch? Like,
Roll an investigation check.
Like, can I get any sense of the kind of hand that made it? Does it match the footprints?
You're gonna have to roll real fucking high for that sort.
Yeah, it's an 11. That's not.
It appears to be of the same substance the other arrows were painted in.
Okay.
It is older than a day, so you don't know how actually old it is.
Okay.
That's what you get. They're all, I will say, they're all about chest height for all of you. So for a small creature, it will be about just above head height.
Okay.
You asked if certain people were wearing, and then you trailed off.
Wary. Anybody who is wary can roll a
Oh,
perception check as you move along.
Sylvie thinks this is just a nice little walk through the woods.
I can
She's
roll.
nonplussed. Oh, buddy.
If you can see anything, is different.
Typical.
Typical Griffix.
Doll, you notice. Yeah, Doll's the only one who notices that. Maybe it's because, well, actually, how tall is Doll?
Oh, like 5'10".
Okay, so you're not taller than Scythe. Perhaps it's just by the nature of you were on that side of the path that everybody's walking on, or maybe you decided to like glance into the high grass a little bit. But behind the tree, with the with the sharp left arrow on it, you see that beyond it is a cliff. And if you had not followed the arrow and just gone straight, you would not have seen the drop off.
Shit.
Because of the undergrowth is so high.
Hey, you see it? Hey, if we kept going straight, somebody would have fallen off that edge right there.
Well, why didn't they just write cliff ahead? It was such a concern.
Maybe they don't know how to
because-
write.
Arrows are a universal language, Sylvie.
You don't have to bark at me, I get it.
Yeah, that's rough.
Rough.
Okay. As you continue following the direction the arrow pointed, it's another half an hour in this direction. When I need another perception check from Scythe.
Oh shit, I'm sorry, I'll be back in a second.
Doing cat things.
I was getting a drink. I have no excuse.
How dare you? Honestly.
Oh,
Heck,
oh yeah.
that's
Okay.
a 4.
Spicy.
She has no idea.
All right. You
Walk
see
right past
ahead
the
of
arrow.
you. No, you see ahead of
Okay.
you on a broad tree, kind of right in the middle of the road that you're walking on. There's an arrow pointing to the right.
All right. I guess Scythe is gonna go sort of make a rumbly throat clear noise and then go to the right.
Hasn't steered us wrong yet.
Okay. Roll survival.
That's good.
24.
Those rolls are a little better.
Yeah. You notice
5% roll.
as you're walking, you're following this direction, and this trail feels more like a trail. It feels like the grass is more pressed down, and there's more of a pattern to it, as if creatures had pressed it all the way down. And I need you to roll me an intelligence check, Scythe.
Oh goodness, you got this.
Do I though?
As you continue onward, what is everybody's passive perception?
-2.
19.
You have a negative
Is it?
2 to passive perception?
Oh, he's just being
Joking.
sassy.
Yeah, at this
Oh.
point, does it matter?
13.
19.
19. Okay. 16 and above. So is this just Doll and Sylvie?
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the two of you, Sylvie, you are right behind Scythe. Doll, you're a little farther back in the pack. As you are proceeding forward, you feel the ground is springy, as if it was wet or moist the day before.
Here.
Doll,
Fireball time.
there is a lot of bounce to your step. It's like the ground has changed underneath you.
Boy.
Man, again.
Both of you roll me an intelligence check.
Boing, boing, boing. I'm not optimistic in Sylvie's.
With or without
Oh!
proficiency.
This is just a straight intelligence check.
I rolled a 14, which is pretty good for her.
Not good enough,
Well
I'm
done.
afraid.
13,
Aw.
which is also not good.
Okay.
Wimp womp.
Unfortunate.
Sylvie's
You
just
both
bouncing with
you
each
both
step.
notice the ground is a little springier. And as you all are making your way, suddenly I need everybody to make a dexterity save.
Hooray! Wait, who is within 10 feet of me? Because they get a plus something. A plus, 5? Who's within 10 feet?
Let's look at marching order real quick. You're right in the according to this, actually.
Am I in the middle?
No. Well, yes, you are. Doll is just farther ahead than I thought.
Anyone within 10 feet has a plus 5 to their dex save.
Okay, so everybody but Ken.
And I rolled terrible.
Aw.
That's a 22 for me.
Sylvie
then.
was helping everybody out and forgot to help herself. I rolled a 2.
Ooh, good job, Ken.
Thanks for the 15. So it took my 9 up to 15.
That's very
23.
bad roll.
Oh, the 15's the DC. So
Oh,
Great.
Good.
crap.
So everyone
Okay.
survives except me.
No, actually, I got a 14. I can't do
Oh.
math.
Oh no. Well,
Plus
the DC.
5.
Hey.
So Sylvie and Griffix. Okay,
Failed
so
my intelligence check too.
as Ken steps out onto this springy, spongy grass, the weight is
Singing.
too much, and suddenly all of you hear, and the mat board trap breaks underneath your feet.
Oh, no.
You suddenly, all of you are falling into a pit. Those of you who succeeded on a dex save, you're still falling, but you're going to take half damage from the fall into this 50-foot pit.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
How much damage does a leer take?
am I?
Oh.
Protect it with your body.
6, 12,
Just wrap around it.
16,
Oh my god, I don't have evasion yet.
25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Halved
And
for those
of
who
us that
succeeded.
saved. Yeah, okay.
When I'm falling, can I misty step back onto the cliff? Or it's a bonus action.
It is, but you are surprised by the fall.
Yeah.
And you unfortunately cannot take reactions whilst you are surprised.
Nope.
When
So how much
we
damage was
have
that?
it,
5.
25 to those who failed the dex.
Yeah.
when we
12
have
to
it,
those
do
who
we
succeed.
give ourselves? Okay, 12. Yeah.
Oh, man. What the fuck?
You good, doll?
Oh, we just fell in a pit, Sylvie.
Yeah, I know. I have wait, is it just a flat bottom?
Yeah, I mean, it's not perfectly flat. It's kind of
Flat bottom
rounded.
pit.
Um,
Okay. Well, Sylvie's face down with a broken nose, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm aware we fell down a pit, doll."
Echo, can you hurt me? I can't make my damage show.
sure.
Echo, can you hurt me?
Should be 12.
One
Stab,
moment.
Stab, stab.
I can't find your, there we go. 12 points of damage.
Thank you.
Well,
I don't know why it wasn't. Whatever, I'm not going to argue with it anymore.
Okay. As you've all landed down in the bottom of this pit, I need somebody to roll me a D100, please.
The first thing that
I did it because I felt like I caused this.
Thank you. Okay, Emily, you were going to say something?
Oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
Ken is gonna do dancing lights.
Okay. It's well illuminated down here.
Oh, you're in a pit. I thought maybe not.
So how far down is this pit?
50 feet.
50 feet.
50 feet.
And it's earth on every side?
It just looks
Cool,
like a
I'm
dug
gonna-
pit.
Can I like mold earth some handholds to climb back out?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, you start
Bring it
casting
out,
Mold Earth,
and
which
then
requires
start
you can modify a 5-foot cube of earth at one time. You can have 3 separate instances at once. So you basically just one by one start making handholds.
Are there any worms or moles or other underground critters around here?
Don't talk to him.
100%. Yeah, there are worms.
I don't know
Okay,
if
I'm
I can
sorry.
use. I don't know if I can use beast sense on a worm.
Hey, is there anything down here? Why is it well illuminated? Is that the sunlight coming down?
That is the dancing lights that Ken just
Oh.
created.
Oh, I
Oh.
thought it was illuminated before I did that.
Oh no,
You were
you
saying,
cast
like-
dancing lights and now it is illuminated.
Now I understand. That makes more sense. Okay.
I'm glad that we were on the same page, Sal. I thought like he was both basically saying like, "Oh no, there's a sun in the sky."
Okay. All right.
Ooh, ooh. It's like, can I see any branches overhead the pit, or they've cleared anything like that that I can see from here?
You
50
look
feet up.
out from here, you can basically see like a very narrow range of vision above the pit. Roll me a D100.
All right.
Yeah, there is a thick branch from a nearby oak tree that hangs over the pit.
Because I've got mage hand with backed up with the the telekinesis, so it goes 60 feet instead of 30. So I can carry end of a rope to that oak root or branch, and tying with one hand is a little bit weird, but I think I can loop it in and around.
I will say you do see Spring in the process of creating handholds for an earthen ladder up.
But only 3 at a time, right?
It doesn't go away. Like,
Oh, okay.
the mold earth doesn't suddenly just back in where it was. So I'm saying it'll take her a while to get all the way to the top, but that is an option to escape. Mage handing a rope is also an option, so you have multiple choices here.
Yeah, belt and suspenders kind of thing.
You can roll a spellcrafting check to try and tie a knot. Do you have a rope?
Yes.
We could.
I don't even have pants. Okay.
We could
No,
tie
no
a
pants.
noose in the rope, and then you could just carry it up there and tighten it with your mage hand.
Mm.
I'm sure Scythe said that in some way that had less words. Sorry. She's way better at communicating briefly than I am.
Okay, and it's can we put a loop in it ahead of time, or is it like
That's what I was.
That's fine.
pitching, yeah.
It's the difference is instead of a spellcrafting check, it'll be a survival check for the durability of the knot.
not a sleight of hand?
No.
Can I do that part? Can he like hand me his rope and I tie a knot in it and then I give it back and then?
That's up to him, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
Old
helping.
sailor's
I mean,
knot.
you're gonna make like a noise or something. You're just gonna come over and poke me on the shoulder. How does this actually go down?
Scythe will walk up to Griffith while he's pulling out the rope and like measuring it, and then she'll like reach over and poke the rope and say, "I can
And
help."
I go, yes, this is a rope. No, well, I think I can make it go up faster than you can.
I think
don't know
I
what
can.
you're planning.
Think I can tie a knot better than you can.
You don't have to be that way about it, but yes, here you go.
You can't see Scythe smile because her mouth is like a plate, but there you can tell that she thinks it's funny.
The eyes narrow a little at the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, roll survival.
I assure you, my character does not perceive.
You don't have to perceive it, but the invisible camera eye. All right, that's not my best roll, but it's still fine. 17.
Okay.
Good job,
Okay.
Ken.
I'm following.
Ken, when you fell in the pit, you managed to protect your leer. in case
Hooray.
that
Yay.
wasn't clear.
He still
Objects
hates
that are
that
being
price.
worn or carried are generally assumed to be safe.
I'm gonna go up the rope.
Okay,
'Cause Sylvie was good in gym class.
roll me athletics.
Yeah, I think it's an
I
athletics
hope Sylvie
either
was good in
way.
gym class. Yes, I rolled a 19.
Oh yeah, no problem. You earthworm your way up the rope.
Yeah.
While everyone is doing this, when there is a moment of quiet, without other than the sound of people trying to escape, Scythe will just say, "I apologize."
Wasn't
Uh,
your fault,
you
Scythe.
didn't make this pit.
The quality of that knot was not worth apologizing for. I thought it was perfectly fine.
I was leading us, and now we're in a hole. I apologize.
I am just so amazed. You just took us right through the woods, and you just always seem to know the right way to go, as if there were trail markers. I'm really impressed.
Uh,
That was an in-character laugh. Just so you know.
Okay. What are you laughing at?
She's gonna pat Griffix on the head.
Oh, okay. Right, we're back to the condescending. Got it. I could perceive that. Anyway, it's like so we got that taken care of. Does anybody else want to go next?
who's okay? So you at this point, Spring, you've completed the earthen ladder, and as you finish concentrating on all the cantrips, you see Sylvie's ass as she earthworms her way up the rope. It's about 40 feet up.
Spring will discreetly check out that ass, and then hoist herself out of the pit.
It looks armored.
Weirdly shaped because of metal.
But you can roll in athletics. The DC for the earthen ladder is a little bit lower than the rope because of the nature of earth and ladders.
12.
That is just enough. It's unsteady. And some of the soil is softer than you thought it would be, so your handhold just like
Yeah, I'm imagining she's also trying to like cast it, like do the sort of like artificer shit to like make the last handholds happen, and she kind of like overestimates, like, oh, I'm almost at the top, but she like overestimates and then just doesn't, kind of scrambles.
but you do make it up to the top.
Okay.
I will say, Sylvie, you make it up first before anybody else. Make a perception check.
Oh. She's just busy flexing to herself.
Like an award. He was saying.
All right.
At disadvantage, Sylvie. Flex.
For a 19.
So fucking ripped.
You look over at the tree that's right next to this pit, and you see two things. Firstly, you do see the arrow that pointed directly to this pit, and with your sharp perception, you see scrapings on the bark above that arrow.
Like there was a different arrow? and
Yeah,
they
there was.
got rid of it?
Dun dun dun.
While everybody's finishing climbing up, she's just gonna like come up to see her scraping off the misleading arrow.
Because you guys rolled on the percentile, you rolled extremely low, so the trap makers are not here. There is no combat encounter here. You escape the pit. We don't have to roll for... Eventually, you all escape the pit. I don't have the patience to have all of your athletics a million times and fail a whole lot. So, you make it. Good job. It takes maybe like
Hooray.
15 minutes to get out of this pit trap. You see what Sylvie has pointed out. And Scythe, when she points it out to you, you don't know how you missed it. The bark that's been scratched away, it looks like it was scratched away. It's easier to tell how old that happened because the bark is healing over. It looks like it happened well over a week ago.
Hey guys, there are trail markers here.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Maybe we should follow those.
Well, not this one.
Oh yeah, right. It's
And then
obviously
you walked
somebody
right back
changed
into
it.
the pit.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the
Just jumps right
pit.
back.
What it's like? How? What are the dimensions on the pit? Is it like how wide, how long, kind of
So
thing?
it's the width of the path that's about 15 feet wide, and then it's based on what you saw, it's like 30 feet long.
Damn.
Yeah, I spent like maybe like 3 rounds using to try and make something of a ramp out of that. But given the nature of just how much is going on, I get bored with the activity after I've moved like 15 cubic feet of dirt. And
Okay,
I'd be
so
like,
you
"Oh, whatever."
cast Molder 3 times and get bored.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of dirt taken out of this pit.
Right, because it's like after I start doing that and see how little of an effect I've had on the pit,
Sure.
then there you go.
It is
Well-
at this moment when anybody who has a passive perception of 14 or better hears footsteps approaching, little ones, and then coming from around the trees to your left, up the path. Oh, it's you guys. You okay?
Is it Grief?
Oh,
It's Grief.
hi, Grief.
There's a fucking hole here.
I heard someone fall in. I didn't think anybody would fall for it. Are you okay?
Oh, you made it.
Yeah. No, I didn't make the pit. Are you kidding me?
threw the arrow.
Insight check. Insight check.
Okay, roll
This is a
insight
little itty
check.
bitty kobold just digging 50-foot pit.
This is
Uh,
life work.
he seems incredulous at the idea of him making the pit.
Grief. Do you know of any other traps around here?
Oh, there's goblin traps all over out here. You just gotta be careful.
Oh.
Surprised this was your first one.
Us too. I'm just curious, Grief. Do you know how to get to the port? What's it called? Hidden Cove.
Hidden. And yeah, we're heading the same place, remember?
We were meeting there.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, you just happen to be going to this. Not.
What? You cut out.
I'm imagining Grief say that you cut out.
Your
Yeah,
mic
yeah.
cut out.
Your microphone. Your
sorry.
microphone.
My microphone cut out. He's going to Grief. You're going to the same place we're going.
Yeah, that's what we talked about yesterday.
Oh, I thought
No,
you were
he was-
just following us.
He was
He was
sipping pina
he was
coladas.
he was busy on the beach.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
right. You guys saved me from that hag and spiders, so I was gonna meet you on the road, and we were heading to Hidden.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Is this where we meet up? Are you with us now?
I guess.
What took you so long? You had a good 2 hours on us, though.
I have business.
What kind of business do you have in the woods? If you don't mind me asking, I'm not trying to be nosy. I'm just curious.
This is when you tell him it's Nunya.
It's not a big deal. I got trades to make. There are people that live out here, okay?
Oh, we saw.
You know
one
that
of the
that hag
people.
in the cabin?
Not
It
a
wasn't
hag.
a hag.
Not
It was
hag.
a half orc.
Wait a minute. I think you're getting racist now. You're saying a half orc
Ye-
can't be hag.
You talking about Kiva?
Is that her name?
The one who eats babies, yeah.
He does not eat babies.
She
So-
No,
No,
why was her
Yeah.
pot so big?
Because
She
she
was
took it from a
big.
ship because she's
She's-
stranded on an island.
Kiva's a potion maker.
That's a weirdo.
Kiva's lived out here forever.
How did she make her house without making Gria mad?
I don't know.
Oh, was she here before Gria, maybe?
I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
I
Okay.
never
Sorry.
asked.
I just like to gather stories. You know, I am a bard.
Well, on the way back, you could see if she's willing to talk about it. You're all nice to her, right?
Wade
we
didn't
didn't
interact.
left her alone.
interrupt her.
So you just creeped on her and left and assumed she was a hag that ate babies.
Hey, do you think I
Well-
should have maybe knocked on the door instead and let her talk to this one? And he gestures at Sylvie.
I would
Hey,
like to stress.
that's
I
a
would like
good
to
point.
stress that not all of us believe that she is a hag. Most of us.
I
just
literally
believe
told
she's
her
normal.
she wasn't a hag.
Not a hag.
She's not a hag. She lives out here making potions and sells them.
Yeah, so she seems like a normal, lady in the woods. Let's leave her
Do you
alone.
buy
Let's go.
do you buy them for hidden?
I don't buy anything for hidden.
Oh, I thought your business was trades though.
For me,
Oh, okay. Are you not part of hidden? I thought that's.
I live there.
Oh, I thought you guys were kind of all a group.
It's a
From what I
collective.
gathered.
It's a town.
Democratic.
Oh, but there was the leader that we met.
Yeah, she's in charge of what do you all know about hidden?
Literally nothing.
I'm getting that. Maybe anything?
We've heard that you might be pirates.
Copper Mask.
Yeah, it's Copper Mask. It's a smuggling town. So Copper Mask sets up there. But there's people that live there that are not actually pirates, thieves, or Copper Mask agents.
So you're not a pirate?
He like looks down at himself and in this forest. No!
Okay.
I make my
But-
living out here.
But is the leader of the town a pirate?
Yeah, I would say she used to be.
But
She
she's
still
not
dresses
retired?
like one.
Kayla? Was that what her name was?
Kayla Stormcaller.
That's a sick name.
That's what she goes by. Or
What would you
Chief.
say the
Did she pick
percentage
that?
of pirates to non-pirates in the town is?
The rate,
What
let me
make-
think. I don't know. There's some.
What makes them pirates or not?
I thought pirates were typically on a boat and stole stuff. I can say
mean-
she's definitely not a pirate because she's usually not on a boat.
I mean, if you say it like that, anytime a pirate gets off a boat, they're not a pirate anymore.
Maybe they're just a criminal at that point.
I would say that if they make
Maybe
their
we should
living
Walk and
through
The
talk.
bard
pirating
and
mean
semantics.
things.
Aside.
I think as long as the pirate intends to get back on a boat, they're a pirate.
No, as long as you make your living doing piratey things, you're a pirate.
Hey, there's wildlife out here that can hear
What
us.
about
Let's maybe
pirating
move.
DVDs?
Let's walk.
Oh, I thought we were talking and walking.
Nope, we've just been standing here shouting at each other. I'll follow me. Grief turns around and begins heading down the trail.
I will follow Grace.
Good grief.
I always thought pirating was a series of costume choices. You know, when you have wren
Bard-
boots and the special hat and the bandana underneath
And the
the
eye
hat.
patch.
You,
I don't
well,
know.
you can also have missing a hook, or you can
You
have
don't
a
have to
peg
have a
leg.
uniform to
Or a
be
stuffed parrot.
a part of
Yes.
the job.
All
It's a
criminals
costuming.
can be naked.
I think
Well,
the
that
eye
is-
patch is just to get used to being in the dark. They don't have to all
If
be
you're a
missing an eye.
seamstress, like
Out
let's
of
say a seamstress.
curiosity.
Let's go by seamstress. If you're a seamstress, you don't have to wear any certain thing, and you don't have to be actively sewing. But as long as you're making your living by sewing, you're a seamstress, right?
Well, I said if
The
they want to get back on the
philosophy
boat.
of Ken.
It differs. Like there's some activities like you have to actually make multiple bridges in your life before you're a bridge builder.
Right, but you're making a living. If you're making a living building bridges, you're a bridge maker.
No. But you have to do it more than once before you're a
This-
bridge maker.
Here's grief.
But
I mean,
if you fuck one goat your whole entire life, you're a goat fucker. There are some
It's
things you only
true.
have to do once, and then bam, but bridge building and
No, you have a
seamstress. Just
point.
because you sewed something once doesn't make you a seamstress.
So-
I'm saying.
Are you a fan of
pirating is-
goats, guy?
No,
Pirating.
I like
If you
bridges.
pirate once, are you always a pirate?
You're a former pirate if you're no longer a pirate.
Right, so a criminal.
By the way, can anybody heal me?
Oh yeah, I broke my nose in that fall.
Oh yeah, I could.
I'm
I
like
some-
bleeding out. I've lost most of my hit points.
Yeah, I can
I'm
help you out.
hobbling.
Come here.
Huh?
Grief will cast Cure Wounds on a couple people.
Grief can cast?
Well, you said
Ranger!
he's a tradesman.
Good grief!
Yes, Grief casts Cure Wounds on a couple people. He like reaches over, and as he reaches, like pulls out some poultice and stuff, he says, "Each of you only gets one."
Oh my god, Gurvix, where are all your hit points? You only have 38 hit points?
It's like everybody's making fun of me today.
He's the
Oh my god, are you made of tissue paper?
Griffix. You heal for 13.
Thank you.
Same.
Who else wanted the cure wounds?
Me.
Okay, you heal for 11.
Fix my
Wait,
nose, please.
Where did all your fucking hit points go?
I have 58 hit points.
Then why you asking for cure wounds?
Well, I have
He's a
33
delicate
out of
flower.
58. I fell on my
Oh,
face.
If 33 is our cutoff, then Ken probably needs some hit points too.
I can spare one more.
Ken's at 20, so if anybody's lower,
take it.
go for it.
You take it, Ken.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
You
None of
heal
have
for
hit
13.
points.
Damn.
Go through all your character sheets right now. Put more points in con, guys.
Scythe is fine.
Yeah, well, the barbarian, yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, the barbarian took the,
The
same amount of
metal
damage as
barbarian.
the other
Thing is
people.
Yeah,
also
but
fine.
she's got. Yeah, but she made the deck save. I don't want to burn a heal.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
small enough drop in the bucket that you don't really need the patching. As you make your way, it's getting later and later on into the evening until it presses into the dark, and Grief says, "We need to camp. You don't want to travel out here at night."
No. Let's see if we can make a decent camp. Set some watches.
You look over there, I'll look over here.
All right.
Roll survival. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So the location you choose is better than Grief's. As you go ahead and you basically start setting up. Let me go ahead and open up this scene that fell apart because, of course. One moment, please. Where'd it go? I apologize for once again frustrations.
Well, maybe now's a good time for an anecdote. You know, it's like sometimes we put gifts up, and like I thought I'd like, you know, when we fell in a flat bottom pit, I, you know, thought, hey, that's a Queen song a long time ago. So I went and Googled flat bottom girls, and I forgot this was the internet. And I'm like, no, not good. Back up.
It's
No.
fat bottom. And even that would still get you suspicious results.
Yeah. Well, you see, right. Multiple mistakes were made, not just in spelling.
That was a calamity of errors. All right, let me go ahead and pull you guys into this map. I think you can see it anyway, but
Yeah.
as you guys are preparing to camp, is there anything you wish to accomplish before you begin the process of a long rest? Why does Spring have... I'm sorry.
Prestidigitation himself.
Spring
That's
just
what he-
disappeared. Where did she go?
I have to fix her token.
She's
right
praying.
here. I make an arcane check to see what happened.
What was Ken asking? Press just
Oh,
something?
No, Ken's gonna. That's what he's gonna accomplish as we set up camp. He's gonna prestidigitation
Prestidigitate the meth.
himself.
Meth?
The
The
meth.
mess. He makes meth.
The dirt.
Uh,
The dirt from falling in a pit.
understood.
Ah.
Yeah, you clean yourself up. As you attempt to understand why Spring disappeared and reappeared, a deity smacks you on the head, Griffix, and says, "Stop it."
Sorry.
As you
Is there actually a stream right here?
no,
Aww.
it's a mood image.
Okay.
You know what? Fine. There's a stream there.
Sylvie just lays in it.
No, don't turn off the laptop.
Ah, sorry, I'll get out of the fucking stream, Scythe.
I'm.
Orange.
Eat him.
Okay. Well, if there is a stream, I must add
Put
water
stream
noise.
noises. Sylvie is really embracing her water aptitude now that she's been around it so frequently in the past couple of days.
Grief sees you like laying in the stream, and he says, "Is that good for your gear?" And
It's magic. I guess I could take it off. We're resting, like we're not going anywhere tonight.
I hope not.
She
Where
takes her
would we
armor
go?
off. I don't know.
You going clubbing? Like what the hell?
She
I
gets
don't.
down to her plain clothes and then hops back in the stream, face down, like she's dead, but she's, fine. She can breathe underwater.
It's a shallow stream. It's basically just mountainous runoff. It's pretty cold. But
I have
I
cold resistance.
forget I said anything.
She's like fully like this is the most relaxed she's been in days. Face down in the stream, probably holding on to like a rock so she doesn't drift away.
Ah,
So what's all of your deal? Why are you all here?
We got shipwrecked.
yeah.
We were hired to protect that ship. We're doing a great job.
I was gonna say, good job.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, the shipwreck wasn't our fault. We're not steering a ship.
Wait,
not much you can do.
a what?
Monster.
Okay, right.
I don't know. It had giant. There were tentacles like krakens or water shaped.
It was real big.
They were made of water.
What?
Yes, so it was like the ocean was attacking us.
Have you ever seen that movie, The Abyss? It was like that.
What's a
I
movie?
haven't.
I heard good things about it.
Yeah. It's classic.
You
You
don't
should
have to
talk-
believe us.
I.
That's
So we're
what
just
happened.
trying to find a way to repair a ship.
That's
we-
fair. I mean, when you
Yeah.
talk to Kayla, maybe mention that because she thinks you're all here for Dura.
What's a dura?
What?
You see Grief's face suddenly drains of color, and he says, "I didn't."
Have we already?
I mean,
had
you
that
already
now?
said it. We need to know
A-
what not to talk
a
about with
fellow
her.
named Dura. Don't mention that name.
Okay, we won't mention the name Dura. At
That's good.
all.
Yeah.
Don't
We
mention
won't-
it when Sylvie comes out of the stream, or she won't.
Yeah, she will absolutely.
Yeah, that's
mention
right.
it.
Sylvia's face down. I hear nothing.
Yep, you don't even know
Is
this
this-
name.
There's just
Um,
bubbles.
An X?
is he
maybe?
being hunted? Like, they have some
Nothing. No, it's
people
nothing like
after
that.
him?
Maybe.
Oh,
Well, I know there's people after him, but it's not.
that's got.
We really shouldn't be talking about this. The more I tell you, the more you're going to be incriminating yourself on accident. So let's not.
Does that mean that you've incriminated yourself?
By
thought
telling
you
that
weren't a
word to
pirate.
you, yeah, I really fucked up just now.
Oh
So
man,
But I
alright.
thought you weren't a pirate.
I'm not.
What the fuck?
I
Well,
live
Pirates are
here.
criminals, and he's
He's-
incriminated
He
himself.
seems like a fence to me.
He's a kobold. Oh,
Okay,
not part of
fuck
this.
you
Damn
too,
it.
I guess.
Hey, why don't we just like not worry about what people do in their fucking personal time?
Hey, that'd be great.
Uh,
All that matters
look-
here is that I frequently do jobs for Kayla. She sends me out here all the time.
yeah.
So I hear stuff. And I shouldn't have heard that, and I shouldn't have said it to you.
That's cool. And we've helped Grief, and he's helped us. So let's just
we're not here for that name.
keep it friendly.
We're absolutely just trying to get off this island, repair our boat, move on. Try not to piss off any of the locals.
Yeah, I'm sure when they find out you're here literally as little as you want to be, they'll leave you alone, maybe.
Do you think that they could help repair our boat?
Could? Absolutely. Would? I don't know. You'd have
Or
to do
I've
something
heard that
for 'em.
I've heard that there's a boat coming in soon, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Does he not know for real?
Roll an insight check.
Insight,
shall.
insight for reals.
Ken is trying to
That's not
bring
great.
it up
Oh,
as casually
15.
as possible and then move on. To be clear.
With a 15, Grief... Well, hold on. Yeah, he doesn't seem to know.
Okay.
Does Kayla ever do any business with that wizard?
I know
Counselor?
that she used to. but I think some shit went down, and they don't get along anymore.
Romantically?
It was never anything like that.
Oh, I've heard he's romantic with
Everyone.
somebody
Yeah.
else. So I was wondering if it was a jealousy thing.
Nah, Kayla doesn't swing that way.
Okay. Do you do business with Copworth?
I've dropped things off before. I've scouted and reported what he was doing.
What do you drop off?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's part
okay.
of a task. A tasker is I don't fucking look
But
in the boxes.
If Kayla's not doing business with him, you probably don't drop anything off for him anymore, right?
No.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Just curious.
These are some awfully prying questions about a place you're trying to leave.
Just writing stories, man. Writing stories. He's involved with that Gria, and she's very interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's dangerous.
She hurt our friend over here. And he points to Griffix.
I'm sure she did. I watched her do worse.
Oh
Like,
man.
oh,
Is she do you think she's evil?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
she's
'Cause when
like-
she first presented to herself to us, she was trying to say she was like protecting the forest and everything, but then she like hurt our friend here, and she doesn't seem like a good person.
She's not a person.
Well, you know what I mean.
Okay. Like, do you know what she is?
She's a green dragon.
Yeah. Like, this is her lair.
we had
So,
our suspicions, yeah, that she was a green dragon.
okay, let me clear them for you. She's a green fucking dragon, and this is her lair, and she'll kill you if you piss her off.
The whole island's her lair?
She calls it that.
Has she been here the entire time you've lived here?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
In
So she,
Why
so
do you
she
why
and
do you choose to live in a green dragon's lair?
Because as fucked up as she is, she actually does her job really well. Nobody
Protecting the
fucks around
island?
here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I wouldn't fuck around here. That's why we're trying to get out.
Oh, nobody
Mhm.
around here. Oh,
seems like
Nobody
there's kind
fucks
of
around
a-
here.
Seems like there's maybe a symbiotic relationship between the Copper Masks town and the dragon.
Oh no, they don't get along at all.
No,
Not
Well,
even a
isn't it-
little.
isn't it useful for them to have something to scare everybody else away?
Nobody knows she's here.
Ah, you see.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know before we landed here.
Would Gria prefer there to not be this town on the island that she thinks is her lair?
Probably, but we got Norcuth on our side, so she's not going anywhere near the town.
Norcuth?
Norcuth?
Fucking.
Is that another name you weren't supposed to say? I'm sorry, we'll forget what you said it.
No, he's probably fine. He lives in Hidden. He thinks it's a necessary evil, is what he calls it. He's a bronze
Hidden
dragon.
or Gria?
oh,
It's the other
He's
dragon.
he's what?
He's a bronze dragon. He
Oh,
lives in the coast, right outside Hidden.
wow, you have a lot of dragons here. Wow,
Tell me about it.
it's like an infestation.
well, we don't really
Um,
have room to talk. We're from the Mariguard.
Yeah, don't you? Wow, wait a minute. Isn't there literally a fucking brass dragon, like, in your academy?
I
Yeah.
have no
Yeah.
fucking clue. I
Yeah,
just
so
went
where do you
to
get
campaign.
off complaining about our fucking dragons? I don't want them to be here, but they're here, so what am I going to do? You can't, like, tell them to leave.
I wasn't complaining. I was just observing.
Sorry, I guess I'm defensive because I keep letting slip shit.
Eh,
No, Norcuth's
it
probably
happens.
fine.
You talk around a little bit, you know.
You
Sometimes
you would have
it's
found
fine.
out about Norcuth anyway.
probably.
Yeah, I imagine.
Well, if
Why
he's
is he
anything
not
like
in
our
charge of?
dragon,
Why is he not in charge of Hidden?
He doesn't want to be. He thinks it's a den of thieves, full of criminals,
Well, I think
lawbreakers.
pirates, right?
Sounds about right. I
swear to
just
God.
meant. I just. Time.
We're not... Okay. I don't care about hidden, okay? I'm not a criminal. I haven't broken any laws.
Ever?
Okay. I mean, I'm not a.
I don't know ever. Maybe I might have pissed somebody off on accident.
I'm not a lawman, so it's okay.
Well, you do sound pretty judgy about criminals and pirates, Ken. You
Yeah,
I
I-
just wanted to be clear that if we were told they were pirates, and if you are a pirate, like, and that's the way you make money, that you're a pirate. Like, I'm not judgy. I'm
don't
just trying to
steal.
establish.
You're just
I
saying
make
that-
my own shit. I made this, okay? I didn't steal it from anybody. I don't even like people. How would I want to take shit from them?
Okay.
Oh, it helps actually.
You invent things?
I made... This is not new. He, like, wiggles the bow around.
I mean, I'm willing to say that you're a traitor.
Can I like check out, can
Traitor.
I check out his craftsmanship from back here?
Sure, roll an investigation check. He nods and he says, yeah, I trade, like, pelts, game.
Yeah.
I cannot roll high
don't-
on investigation today.
With an 11, it looks like a good bow. It looks like a longbow. It's perfectly sized for him. It looks like a bow he made for himself.
You make trick arrows?
What?
You make trick arrows?
I make hunting arrows. It's a
But
cool trick.
You don't make anything,
Wait,
you
so
know, that
how did you
explodes
make-
or is icy or sets stuff on fire.
No,
Wait, so how
I
did
need
you
the
make a
game to be
bow?
intact.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Well, you see, I found a good yew tree and I cut
Yeah, on
the
this
branch
island,
out.
though?
Yeah,
But how did you do that?
with a saw and an
Gria
axe.
seems upset when people cut down her wood. Is
Did
what?
Gria not
Oh.
attack
Right.
you?
I don't know how she determines if it's okay or not. Maybe she doesn't see
Okay.
everything that she thinks she does. Or maybe...
Maybe she thinks of him as part of her horde, since this is her lair.
Because you live here. I wonder if we lived here. That.
And I don't know. And it
How
Look,
did you
not
pick
matter.
your tree?
uh,
Kind of matters.
it's
If
kind of
she
a
can't
long
see
story.
Everything going on the island, that kind of matters.
I was just curious.
I was
I'm
at the
interested
base
in
of the
woods.
Greybacks and I was desperate when I first got out in the woods and I really was having a hard time finding food for myself. And I didn't want to be in hidden because it's full of people and I don't like people. So
How'd you come to be here?
I stowed away.
On a ship? Going to Hidden?
No, on an airship on my way to Zephyr. Yeah. What? Yes.
I mean, it could have been an airship.
I don't think that's the sort of stowaway that survives when you end it.
It depends on if they're landing or not.
Okay. I was being sarcastic. Yes, I stowed on a ship destined for hidden.
Okay. Well, you could have just said that. I don't know why.
I've said it
Look,
now.
man, if you don't want to talk, it's okay. We don't have to talk.
I don't want to
to
talk to anybody, but all you keep asking me questions.
Okay, I won't ask questions anymore. I'm sorry.
But you were telling the story of the yew tree you found.
Okay. I was desperate and starving, and I grew up near Elvenlock Pass, and there's a lot of Fletchers and Boyers out there, and I remembered watching them break down trees, so I tried it, and I failed a lot. The first one I made didn't work at all. The second one almost took my eye out when it broke, but the third one I finally was able to hunt a little, and I got some food in me, and I got better. So I lived by that tree for about a year until finally I got good enough to make this one.
So you
Sounds
only
like a
took what you
lonely
needed
life.
from the tree, and you relied on yourself for a long time. It's impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, I did. What did you say, Emily?
Sounds like a lonely life.
Nah. I don't like people, and there's not many out here, but there's lots of life. And I find, better company out here than ever amongst shitheads in town.
And sometimes you bump into people like us.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
Sorry about that.
Shitheads.
But thanks for the
Shitheads out
company.
of town.
I mean, y'all saved my ass. I owe you one. I'm sorry I didn't mention the pit. I didn't think anybody would fall for it, because it wasn't really well hidden. But I shouldn't assume. Y'all didn't grow up out here, so... There's lots of pit traps and boulder traps along the road.
Not a big thing in this city, really.
Yeah. There are goblin camps out here. And they're little fuckers.
Yeah.
Gria does kill them a lot. But there's always more somehow.
Yeah, that's what you hear about them.
I really don't know how they keep appearing. It's kind of weird, actually.
I figure your mom, dad would have told you.
I know. I swear to God.
Doll laughs like that was just a joke.
He's like grumbling to himself. Okay, I'm gonna make dinner so we can fucking eat and then go to bed, okay?
Yeah.
And he does. Anybody who eats Grief's food, does anybody not?
Heck yeah, I'm eating his food.
Okay. He pulls out a simple pot that looks like it was made from like an old helmet that's been banged into shape. Actually, Spring, roll me a history check.
Ooh. 18.
You recognize an old Ceresian cavalry helmet.
That's adorable.
Recycling.
Yeah. But it seems like Grief really does know how to live off the land, as he makes what's like a venison stew. Anybody who eats it gains 11 temporary hit points.
Oh, he's a good cook.
You
I'd like
Ceresian?
to.
Grief?
What? No.
You Ceresian? The helmet is.
Yeah, probably. I found it.
Oh, okay. Got it.
After dinner, I'm gonna set up my trap to see if we can catch some more meat so that we can repay Grief for the venison.
Okay, roll me survival. Sylvie, are you still face down in the stream?
She would come out to eat, but for her sleep, she will sleep
That
in the
was
shallows. Of
Not
the
a
stream.
great roll. Sad.
Okay.
11.
Basically, you get, like, in the morning, you'll have a rabbit in the trap.
Got a rabbit. Okay.
Which is not much meat, but it is something.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go to the camp watch order, and you guys are going to determine what order you're going to watch in. Grief is going to take first watch. Anybody who wants to watch with him can, otherwise, that's where he's going to be.
I can watch with Grief, although I don't think Scythe is going to say, okay, Saul can watch with Grief. That's good.
Okay.
He's so
Sorry, I was
sneaky.
already moving.
He just
It's
ran
totally
there.
cool.
Okay. Looks like Sai the second watch, and then we have Spring and Sylvie last. All right. First things...
It may be good to, well,
Oh, do you need
hang on one second.
supervision? What's happening?
I don't think, I don't have dark vision, so
Oh,
being by myself can be done, but I don't have dark vision, so just be
well,
aware.
does Griffix have dark vision?
Oh,
what
I've
is
got
dark
tons
vision?
of dark vision. I
He
just
can
can't
see.
see
Oh,
anything.
okay, great.
He can see very well in the dark.
Yeah, he's fine.
Whether he does or not is up
Right.
to the dice.
Yes.
He perceives as well in darkness as in light.
Oh, yeah, basically.
Excellent.
Okay. For the first watch, actually, right before we begin watch, let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break. Restroom break.
Hey.
So let me pause. Unpause. So, as we are getting ready to take our long rest, first watch, we have Grief and Doll. So, if there's any conversations you wish to have with Grief, by all means, he's not going to start one. Okay, in that case, you can roll perception, as will Grief.
Okay.
And then go ahead and roll me a D100.
Okay, I rolled a 20. Dirty 20. Wow. 7.
7. You've chosen your campsite well. Your watch passes without incident nor conversation.
Excellent.
At the end of your watch, Doll's Grief looks to you and says, "Good watch."
Nod. Good talk.
Scythe and Ken, you are awoken for second watch.
Okay. Scythe will re-online. And she'll look at Ken. And then she will hunker down and start looking out, paying attention to their surroundings.
Oh, I guess we're not talking then.
You didn't say anything.
Did you want to?
I mean, if you wanted to, I don't have to talk.
You are very interested in the stories of others.
I mean, I'm a bard. It kind of comes with the territory.
Does it?
Sorry, not you. Yeah. What other stories are you gonna tell to people? What songs are you gonna sing if you don't know about other people's lives?
I don't even know my own.
I mean, fair enough. What songs would you sing if you could though?
I don't really sing songs.
Yes. That's why I asked if you could. What would you sing about?
The earth, maybe?
I mean, sure, you could make a song about the earth. What would you say about the earth?
Whatever it said to me.
Then you're still singing the earth song then, right? Whatever the earth is speaking to you.
I suppose.
That's basically what I do. I just whatever people speak to me about.
Hmm.
Do you see what I
What-
mean?
What makes you want to sing their stories?
I have to sing something. I guess I could have been a ranger, but that guy doesn't look happy either, you know?
Does it make you happy to sing their stories?
It doesn't make me just happy.
Hmm.
Makes me happy when people like it.
Fair enough.
As much as, you know, anybody likes doing their job well.
Five nods.
So, like, the earth speaks to you? Just sometimes? All the time?
Not really.
Oh. Then how are you going to make a song of the earth speaking to you?
I suppose I'm not.
Okay. Well, if you ever do have a thirst, say anything interesting, I'd be willing to make that into a song.
There are 100 stories never told in every stone or branch, plant, but I don't have a way to speak to them.
I imagine that they tell each other stories.
I hope so.
Maybe you just can't hear them either.
I cannot.
Ken will pull out his pipes and start making a little thing about songs you can't hear. He will make a song about songs you can't hear as he does his watch.
You're playing music while we're trying to sleep?
Yeah, yeah, it's really quiet. Don't worry about it. It'll help. It's pipes.
This is not the greatest song in the world. No. This is just a tribute. Can I get a perception check as well from Ken?
Yeah.
And then a D100, please. 51. One moment. Can I get a D6, please?
No. Sure. Maybe. That's a 1.
Okay. For all intents and purposes, your watch is passing by quietly. Well, mostly quietly. But with your decent perception check, Ken, you notice Griffix is stirring a lot in his sleep. Griffix. I hate to do this to you again.
I don't know if you do.
But you dream.
But do I notice that I'm dreaming?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You dream.
I made that check.
Yes, you perceive this one. As you dream, you're in a place very familiar to you. It's a place that you passed under many, many times. It is a gatehouse. Nestled into the rocky cliffs. You know it well. I'm going to move maps here. And curse at Foundry for not remembering my setting.
Ken will switch to a lullaby when he notices the Griffix is stirring a lot, by the way,
Sure.
for the record.
As you look at this gatehouse in your dream, Griffix, it is unlike any other time that you've looked at this place. It looks a little battered, worn, like it's seen a fight. Chunks of brick and stone from the battlements are missing, as if catapults had struck it recently. As you stand before it, you also don't feel alone. Suddenly, you hear a voice come from your left. Elnidra said I would find you here.
You can take the watchman out of, but I get the feeling I'm always going to be here. Man, does this place look more scary than usual? Has it gone through some bad days?
It is now.
What happened?
Trouble.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. Did I take another look? Who am I talking to?
It is not a woman you recognize. It is a woman with black hair and dark skin, but eyes that glow like the sun's low over the horizon stares at you. That is who you see looking at you.
Oh.
Oh, snap. So, you were looking for me?
Mm-hmm. Lady Firestone, if you recall. She spoke out for you.
Haven't talked to her in a while.
No, you wouldn't have.
Is she doing all right?
She's fine.
Good, good.
Her and her nephew are both still grateful to you.
You do what you can.
And you did.
Well, so you're looking at for me because
She
you know I'm
mentioned-
somebody who tries to do the right thing.
Yes. That and that you are a man of a certain strength.
She was always a generous woman.
With a small smile, she says, "It's not physical strength I'm looking for.
Oh yes, right.
You have a
It's not my bench
personality.
press.
No. You have a personality that I could use on my side. If you are amenable to a deal."
I'm listening.
First and foremost, call me Dusk.
Well, Lady Dusk, what brings you my way?
Just Dusk. There are problems in this world, both yours and mine. And there are favors I need doing by someone in the prime material. If you're willing to work with me, I can grant you many boons. One of them are the tools to solve the mysteries of your own life.
Oh, you definitely have my ear. So, is this isn't one of those kind of things where I'm selling my soul, is
No.
it, Dusk?
Nothing like that.
Okay, good. You know, we're just trying to set some boundaries here. And so I don't mean to be... There's just something so dark and shadowy about your presence.
Yes, there is.
Looks can be deceiving. It's just, you know.
No, they're not this time. Do you not draw your strength from the shadows themselves?
Oh, shadows have followed me forever. And yes, I draw most of my strength from.
Would it not be helpful that one of those shadows was watching your back for you as well?
Yeah, it sounds... I don't hear you. Or are you talking to someone talking to your cat? Anyway, tell me more. What do you need help with?
Let's first experiment with your education and history. Do you recall the Demon King, Agora? Roll a history check. It's pretty low DC.
It's more like I have to
Depending-
find the right tab.
Sure. The DC to have heard of Nagora is like 5, but
Well then, we're good.
9. You've heard the name Nagora before. You remember it was a dragon risen from the abyss who attempted to break their seal and rule over Amaranth, and it happened only a few years ago.
Huh. It's funny. No, I was thinking of another instance where something tried to arise from the gate, but I don't think that was the abyss. Anyway, so yes, Nagora, a dragon from the abyss.
Hmm. Well, Nagora had many followers in many planes, all working together to attempt to bring the vile demon out of the depths. And while Nagora was defeated, as were many of his followers, many others still tread in other planes. And my poor, agonizingly despairing home of the Shadowfell is full of them. I can handle them, but every so often, their influence bleeds, and so there are tasks I require of a mortal on the prime material. Small things, here and there. If you'd be willing to help me, I can absolutely help you. And you did come with quite the recommendation from Elmira Firestone.
It sounds exactly like the kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. But you need to think about it.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't aligning myself with somebody like. If the idea here is you're literally asking for someone to help you slay followers of Nagor, it totally keeps with my political views.
I thought it might. So, do we have a deal?
You have only given me half of a deal. I mean, is it more like how well I do on this job depends on how much help? Do you actually know who killed my family?
No.
Are
not at the
you
moment.
able to supply me with the tools to find out who did that?
What I can provide you are the resources I have within the Shadowfell. And believe it or not, there is a lot of information that passes through my realm.
That's a little vague, but you know what? I'm all for an ongoing alliance.
Was hoping you would say that. All you have to do is think my name, and I will respond.
Okay, and how am I supposed to know how to help you?
Oh, don't worry. I know where you are, and if there is a convenient enemy or target, I'll tell you where to find them. I do request when that happens, you make it a priority.
You know what? I will. And one thing about it is I was wondering if you would be able to get a message to my friends at the Mariguard Academy.
That depends. Which ones?
I don't know any.
Hirsch.
Uh,
For.
Wait, something's coming to me. What? No, I don't. Is somebody named Elise?
Elise
Oh.
is the warlock instructor. You can there are names you would just know, having been to the Merrigold Academy. The sorcerer instructor is named Amilla Dorn. The concierge and basically the one who handles all of your tasks is Persh.
Persh.
Persh. Hal Persh Corundumson. He is the dwarven front of the business.
Yes, Persh. Handle our day-to-day activities, if we could tell him that we've been shipwrecked on the island of Hidden Cove. What's the name of this island again?
Huldrift.
We've been. Can you tell Persh we've been shipwrecked on Hull Island?
I can maybe see what I can do.
All right. Thank you much.
Oh, I should mention Bentley sends his regards.
I don't remember Bentley.
Elmira mentioned he was the one who assisted you.
Oh, duh. I remember. You see, right. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry. How's Bentley doing?
Very well.
Glad to
He's
hear it.
progressing on his own solo agency, is what she said. I don't really know what that means, but I'm assuming you do.
He was always going to land on his feet and stay there. Good.
I don't
Awesome.
understand the context behind that comment, but I don't need to. I will pass on the message as best as I can. You said his name is Persh?
Persh. And you know my name, of course. So if you could get in contact with most any of the people leadership of Mariguard, I could give you names. Or is that enough?
That should be enough.
Cool.
I will wait to hear my name from your lips. A pleasant night to you, Griffiths.
Thank you. And to you also.
And just as quickly as she appeared, she vanishes into mist, and you stand here, looking at the gatehouse. Little worn, but somewhat as you remember. And then you awaken to the sounds of a lullaby being played to you from Kim.
Oh, snap. You guys remember that time where, I forget that abysmal creature that was half duck, half dog, half something else, half man bear? I don't remember anymore. And it pretty much killed me in one shot.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden I came back.
No, I don't remember that.
Right, of course. I don't think you were there.
No,
but
I wasn't. No.
I was all of a sudden healed back up, and I never understood why. I think I just talked to the person who did that.
In your sleep?
Yeah.
You did seem disturbed in your sleep.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
I'm okay. I don't know.
Well, that's
Do you
good
know-
because it's your shift soon.
Thanks. Do you guys know any followers of Nigora?
No,
Well,
I mean not personally.
What?
Before I
Would
took-
I know of any followers of Nagor? Isn't that how I died?
Yeah.
This is how you die.
Guys, guys just kind of stares like, what?
Well, this person Dusk, she hates them. So I don't know. I think all of a sudden I'm on the lookout to smite followers of Nagora.
Good.
It's nice to see you're down with that.
Griffiths, you now have the option. The next time you level up, you can take Pact of the Genie Warlock. If you want to, which would be accepting Dusk's deal. But you do not have to.
I'm not usually a multi-classer, but I'll look into that.
I understand. You do not have to. She can just be a voice in your head on the side.
Well, also, it's like, that's one thing about warlocks is really, it's like if you have a, patron, that I think it makes all the difference in our. So it's definitely worth considering.
Give it a look. Read through Genie. See if you want it. The choice is yours. So you know, Dusk is an air djinn. That's what you rolled. And that's the end of your guys' watch, which brings it next to Griffix's watch in the watch order.
The all-seeing, all-knowing.
Yes. Griffix, go ahead and roll me a perception check and a D100.
Whoa!
That's performance.
Okay,
But
that's why I did well.
you did. We'll take the natural die roll, which was a 16. Just add your perception to that. So 17.
No, it's a -1.
15.
Perception. 15.
Okay. 15.
No, if it is a +1, you're right. You're right. My bad.
17. Please roll me a D100. 41. All right. One moment. Let's see. What the heck happens now? If any more warlock patrons appear.
And you get a patron. You get a patron.
Okay. Nope. Reroll, please. That doesn't work. Thank you. Okay. With your 17 on perception, Griffix, your excellent dark vision assists you, and as you sit here and look into the darkness around the camp, this stream, you realize, is likely a watering hole for a lot of creatures. Because in the middle of the night, as your camp has settled and is quiet, as you sit by yourself, you see several bears approaching the stream. Black bears. There's 6 of them. You do see, as they approach the stream, they are maybe 10 feet away from Sylvie, who is just laying in the middle of the stream. What do you do, Griffix?
I first try and figure out if it's salmon season.
No, you don't think the stream is deep enough for salmon.
Okay. And I, I use minor illusion. How far away can I make a minor illusion?
I believe 60 feet, but check the cantrip.
Minor illusion. 30 feet.
I gave you too much credit. Okay, 30 feet.
That happens to me a lot. So with Mage Hand, I can get 60 feet, which I think gets me, to the far side of where the black bears are, right?
It would get you beyond them. When they approach the stream, the closest they get is about 40 feet to you.
Okay. I'm trying to grab a tree and shake it and make a rustling sound.
Okay. Give me a spellcrafting check. So roll a spell attack, basically.
Okay. Just roll an attack then?
Yeah, a spell attack, basically. So like firebolt or anything like that. Just that works. Just roll attack, not damage. Oh, simple enough. 27. The Mage Hand, despite only being able to lift and shift about 10 pounds, You find the right branch, and it rustles hard. What's your spell DC? Never mind.
60.
The bears, suddenly startled at the motion behind them, dart off into the woods. I rolled a natural 1. They are terrified of what they don't understand.
Me too.
Yeah.
Big mood.
Happens to me all the time. All right. Cool.
Mischief managed.
Yay.
That's the end of your watch. Nothing else
Sylvie is
happens.
none the wiser.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure unless you were covered in honey, you weren't going to have a black bears.
Okay.
You don't know what I'm covered in.
You were in the stream. In the
That's true.
stream.
It's all washed off. All my
Literally
honey
what-
washed off. No.
Yeah.
Sylvie and Spring. It is now your watch.
Sylvie drags herself sopping wet out of the stream.
Yeah, I imagine that like Spring gets up first and then like kind of looks at Sylvie and how far in the stream does Spring have to like trudge out there to wake her up or
No, the spring. This stream is really
Not a big
narrow. It's
stream.
not. It's like
Yeah.
it's like 10
Okay.
feet wide.
I love to use Mage Hand. I just, jostle her from where I'm sitting.
I'm up. I'm getting up.
The two of you can complete a long rest.
are you comfortable in there?
Yeah, actually. Surprisingly comfortable. I've started to learn as I spend more time wet. I didn't mean to make that weird. I didn't grow up around a lot of water, so going on the ocean was really cool, and I really liked that experience. And yeah, I realized that even fresh water is kind of cool too. So
You're in touch with your roots. You made that little hot tub thing for yourself, the pit with the water in it. The-
yeah, they're not really my roots, which is, I guess, why it's such a new concept for me.
What do you mean they're not your roots? Weren't you born like this?
Well, yeah, of course I was born like this. Triton culture isn't mine. So
Okay.
I wasn't raised with it.
Oh, you were like raised on land.
Yeah. And my parents weren't raised with Triton culture either, so we
What?
just
So they were raised on land.
my mom's a human and my dad's a Triton, but he wasn't raised by Tritons.
So like his dad wasn't. Like his dad was also raised on land. Would you like trade sailors or traders or something?
This might be a little weird. But my dad wasn't born a Triton.
Can I make like an intelligence check about this
Sure.
or religion? I'd feel like it would be more intelligence for Spring.
Roll intelligence.
Oh fuck! I'm rolling so poorly. No, she doesn't put it together.
Weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay. Wait. So wait. You're a Triton.
Yeah.
Your dad's a Triton.
Now he is.
So his parents weren't. How? What?
So I'm getting the sense that not a lot of people actually listen to me when I talk about my goddess. Like I say a whole bunch of stuff about her and how great she is and how she gives second chances.
Circumstances.
Oh, there's the pearl. I know the pearl.
Yeah,
You give
Give
it
people
pearls.
pearls.
Griffix,
for
are you still awake?
circumstances.
Apparently.
Trying to go to sleep, but you
Well,
guys keep
okay.
talking.
Yes. So yeah, the pearl is her thing. So okay, I'll be more literal to you. Iridia is the goddess of second chances, and she is a little funny sometimes. In that sometimes she sees a poor soul who failed at life, and are dead, and she decides to pick them up, dust them off, and bring them back as something new and different, in hopes that they'll get their shit together the second time around.
But they don't get to stay themselves. They have to be.
Well, no, they fucked up, they failed. Do over.
So, what was your dad before?
Human.
Huh.
He doesn't like, I mean, he does, he likes telling the story in such a way that it brings people to know the greatness of Iridia, but he's not proud of who he used to be. And he was a sailor, and he was drinking a lot on board the ship, and there was a fight, and he didn't even like die in the fight. He slipped trying to fight, and he bashed his head on the table and died.
That's unlucky.
And per sea quota, they just dumped him overboard because that's what you do with corpses on ships. And according to him, he washed up on a beach, and the next thing he knew, he was awake again and in the presence of Iridia. And she said in her magnificent way, well, that was pathetic. Maybe get your act together and this life won't end so lamely. And when he awoke, he was a Triton because she picked it. She decided that, or maybe it was random. I don't know. Iridia works in mysterious ways, but he was grateful for the second chance, and he chose to follow her after that. Like, it's not a requirement, but you know, if a goddess handpicks you to come back to life, you feel a certain way about it. So he arrived in Crosshatch and set up a temple for her, and he met my mom, and then I was born. So
And
he,
he raised you to be just like him.
no, well, I mean, I'm grateful for what Iridia did because I wouldn't be here if she didn't. My stupid dad would have died on a boat in a scuffle and would have rotted at the bottom of the ocean, and he never would have. And then
So you're the second chance.
well, I'm so people who are handpicked to be brought back by Iridia they have a certain name that I've already forgotten. I think it's like, what would you agree on, Echo? What was that word that people who are brought back by Iridia?
I don't
Ghouls.
remember.
There's a
This
word.
is you
Sylvie
came
says
up
it. I
with
need to look at
this.
my notes.
Opalescent.
Yeah.
Flotsam.
Oh, it was like, yeah, flotsam
Drogon.
and jetsam. Dipshits, is what they're called. And so, yeah, I am a product of Iridia's decision to be benevolent and give my dad a second chance. So, of course, I want to forward that because I think everybody can do better than what they're doing now. Everybody can make up for mistakes they've made or poor choices
Wasn't
or
it like
be better than they
iridescence?
used to be. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Pearlescent, was it?
Something like that.
Something like that.
I was
That
like,
was the
I
word.
was close. I said opalescent.
Yeah, something like that. So long story short, no, I'm not used to being around water. My dad wasn't either, and he grew like he was a sailor, but sailors don't actually swim as much as you think they would.
On
Um,
purpose.
I mean,
yeah.
you
So
can't
he wasn't
even
used to,
even a trident. You can't swim that far if you're all out in the middle of the ocean. You know.
but it's not a
We
big
found,
deal. We don't need to breathe.
we
Like
found that. Well, but you need to eat. I mean, we found that out with a
there's
leviathan,
plenty of
right?
shit in the ocean. Like there are, as I'm told, whole societies of Triton and sea elves under the ocean. I've just never been a part of that because I was raised on land like he was when he was pre-Triton.
Well, maybe you could go there now.
I didn't consider it. I was raised in a temple in Crosshatch, and
I know. I'm saying you could consider it now. Second chances, right? You could be something totally new. Isn't that the point?
it is. But I want to make people more aware of Iridia because, believe it or not, a lot of people haven't heard of her.
I mean, you just said that there were societies of people under the sea, and not a lot of people can actually get under the sea. So I'm just saying, it seems like
Oh, missionary work. I gotcha. Turn them. Maybe. What I'm trying to say is that I've really been enjoying the water because it's my nature, even though I've never really been aware of that fact.
must be weird having a nature that you don't understand. That wasn't
Yeah,
like that was kind of chosen for you, you know.
yeah. The only reason I'm a Triton is because of a weird domino effect. I guess, I mean, the only reason you're a half elf is random too, I guess. We don't
Yeah,
choose what we're supposed to be.
I mean, if I was raised in a culture, it's a weird adventuring shopkeeper culture.
Ah, yes, shopkeeper culture. Rich and historic.
I mean, there are a lot of shopkeepers, man. I don't know what you want from me.
I bad joke.
It's
I
honest
think
work.
I don't disparage where anyone comes from because I think it totally out of our control sometimes. But what I do think is in our control is the choices we make going forward.
I don't know what Frog is saying. Okay.
Me either.
um. Well, that was enlightening.
I thought I told you already, or anyone. I guess sometimes when I get into like zealotry, some might call it, people just kind of tune it out.
Well, it's more like I don't know if you notice, Norwegians are pretty skeptical about the gods.
Oh yeah, you're tough nuts to crack, but like the regions would have lost the War of the Dead if the gods hadn't come back. Like
Oh, I mean, you don't know that.
I do know that they were losing.
I mean, okay, well,
Like
you know,
history
I mean, but
dictates
like we
that.
kept the world like alive for a really long time, like
I mean,
without the
Ceres
gods,
was
because we're really
struggling
fucking tough.
the entire
Yeah,
time
because
without
we're
the
really
gods.
fucking tough. Shut up.
Oh
We're fucking
shit,
tough.
sorry. Right, yep.
You guys are gonna talk. Could you do
We're
it
sleeping.
quieter?
Sorry.
Like, I get it. You have your fancy gods and whatever, but like,
And you have your fancy machines.
yeah, that was out of necessity because we provide for ourselves. Because sometimes that's all you got. And sometimes you got to provide for your family too. So
I get the concept.
not all of us are, you know, special and blessed.
Sounds tough.
Yeah, but you work hard and you get over it.
Nobody would ever accuse you of not working hard.
Good.
Um, I also feel like I need to bring up the fact that I may have been, I definitely was rude the other day when I said you didn't have any morals. I have been reflecting on that, and I'm
Hmm.
sorry.
Yeah, it's almost like morality and whether or not you follow gods are not actually the same thing, huh?
I didn't accuse you of having no morals because you don't follow a specific god.
Then why'd you do it?
Because my tenets revolve around nature, and I was particularly heated at the thought of taking a life for the making of a item. That just felt fucked
You
up to me.
understand that it was not just about the item, right? You understand that when that thing
No,
gets big, it's going to kill a lot of people?
on this little island.
Yeah. Or,
But
those little wolf cubs that you were so excited about?
those were actually babies, apparently.
Yeah.
Like real babies.
Oh. Still, okay, people. Like, those things are not to be fucked with. They're scary. They can kill people. And that
Yeah.
creature, if you really believe in the cycle of nature, was probably going to die anyway without our intervention.
So what I'm getting at is I don't really think that this debate can be won. Like I
I
feel
mean,
like you're making good points, which is
I'm
why
not
I'm
trying I'm not trying
apologizing.
to I'm not trying to debate you. I'm saying that it's not really a matter of morality.
Right, which is why I'm in the wrong, and I'm apologizing.
Okay.
Do you
I guess I
understand
just
that?
didn't understand why.
You still don't understand why I felt that way, and that's fine. You might never.
I I don't understand why you don't seem to. I just think I'm practical.
Definitely.
And a lot of people don't seem to like that about me. I mean, I'm not going to stop being practical, but
Right.
it does kind of hurt my feelings that people assume that that means that I'm, I don't know,
Evil.
Autistic.
evil. There's
I
nothing
understand
wrong
that.
with practicality. In fact, it's all that's keeping my family going. So,
And if I look at it from that perspective, what you thought was perfectly reasonable.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want you to know that I don't think you're a bad person. Not that you would care or it would matter, but I just wanted you to know that.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Destroyed in an ice storm.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. He's a kobold.
Yeah.
Sorry.
An ice
You
storm.
stop it, Frog.
well, maybe this isn't the time to proselytize. Proselytize, is it? Proselytize? Is that how you say that word? Fuck. Preach?
Proselytize. You're a pretty funny paladin sometimes.
Thanks.
Can I
Grief,
go?
you've had a really tough life, huh?
Yes.
Is there anything we can do to make you feel better?
No.
Have you heard about Iridia?
You know what would be great
I
is
don't think
if you
that's
let me
not
go
really
back to
what I.
sleep.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that if you regret your life, there's always a
I
second
don't think he
chance.
regrets
Okay.
his life.
Should I
You could
just
die tomorrow, man.
maybe I'll just off myself and she'll appear?
No, it just
She's
seems
done it
like not a great
before.
idea. I don't think this is the great.
You can't bank on that, man, but
Go
it's
back to
possible.
sleep. Go back to sleep, Grief. We'll be quiet.
Thank
Please
fuck.
show us to town before you off yourself.
Yeah, that we still need your help. And I'm actually, so I prayed over a lot of dead bodies in the hopes that maybe Iridia will see fit to grant them a second chance. I don't know if that's ever actually happened. So if you die, like I can try, but there's no guarantee it'll happen or on any specific timeline.
Then what would actually make me happy is silence.
Okay.
Thanks.
Do you want one of my pamphlets though for later?
No.
Put one in your bag anyways.
Can I get a perception check on a D100 from one of you, please?
Maybe Maybe.
Yep, sorry. We've
I have
been
a +4 to my perception.
Go for it. You roll with advantage then.
21.
Okay. And the D100?
26.
Okay. The rest of your watch passes without incident. Everyone can press the long rest button as you awaken.
If we ate Grief's food, do we still have the 11 temporary hit points?
Yes.
Whoa.
No, temp lasts for a day.
Temp
I
from
don't
food lasts until you lose it or eat other food.
Okay, cool.
Unless you go a day without food, then it just goes away.
Well, I feel like if you went a day without food, you would probably take an exhaustion point or something.
No.
Well, I don't know.
I'll
I've
take a
gone a day
hungy
without
point.
food, and
I have a
I'm
hunky point right now.
whiny baby at the end of it. So
I mean, I could make that a rule if you want.
I think you should.
Maybe later. I have enough to keep track of. As you guys awaken, you break camp, perhaps eating some breakfast, and get yourselves moving once again.
I'm gonna give Grief that rabbit.
Hey, thanks.
You fed us.
I did.
It's not much, but it's what I caught.
It's something. He cleans and prepares it remarkably fast. It is kind of alarming to everyone but Scythe how fast this ranger just, like, pelts, strips, throws away the offal, and then has, like, meat ready to cook hanging from his pack. It takes, like, 1.5 to 2 minutes. All right, let's go.
All right.
Let's see here. I'm going to assume the same watch order as before. We are going to expedite travel a little bit. Let me roll. Okay. Unless there are conversations that you wish to have at certain breakpoints, we are skipping ahead 2 days of travel.
Hey.
That's
So.
good because we keep getting distracted, and otherwise we will never get to hidden.
Yeah. Let's see here. And then one of these.
I do want to ask Grief how his parents died in an ice storm.
They were hit by ice.
Such a traumatic question.
Would it have been a wizard?
Oh my god.
Do you ask him?
No.
Don't do it, Ken.
No, I don't. I don't.
You don't want to know the truth.
You don't.
So, for those that don't know, we play in a campaign that Sal runs, and I'm a wizard in that campaign. I didn't realize how powerful Ice Storm is. I
Did
went
you
to
kill
go
those kobolds?
I went
Oh,
to
man.
go scare off some kobolds.
Yeah,
And
they
they-
got real scared.
All of them died.
Not all of them.
I think no.
dragged
One
away
of
a
them.
dead body.
One of them made the save, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
And did not die.
Yeah, he's the one who told Grief what happened to his parents.
Yeah, Grave's cousin.
Yeah. Growth.
Oh my god, is that why he's named Grief?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's all one world, you guys.
Oh my god.
Tania!
That's amazing.
Look, Kenya couldn't help it.
No, there's no, that's not true.
There has, I mean, to be fair, Kenya's been through some shit, and
she'd
she's
spent
very
a long
violent.
time.
She did spend a really long time captive in a tank.
So is Grief. Let's ask him about it.
So, as you continue on over the next few days of travel, it's the final day before you arrive in Hidden. I need a D4, please.
I'll roll it.
All right. Roll me a D100, please.
Prime numbers only.
Roll me a perception. This is sound-based, so everyone can roll it. And Scythe, I need a survival check. Emily, that typing is very loud.
Sorry.
Okay. Doll, a 26. With a 15 survival, 16 perception. Sylvie, Griffix, Spring, do y'all want to roll perception, or are you leaving it to your party members?
I'll try and help.
I like
I don't
the
help.
mystique of my character never perceiving anything.
Okay.
Can't
And,
change
you
that
know,
now.
Honestly,
There
Well,
might
I
be an
can-
accidental natural 20 in there.
the
Right,
dream-
right.
What we do.
Doll and Scythe. The two of you notice, suddenly, the wildlife is quiet.
Oh, that's never a good sign. Doll says.
You mean it's too quiet?
It means
Yeah, I
that
know
there's something they're afraid of.
Could it be the town? Could it be in the town?
We're not close enough. We should hide.
Yeah,
I'd
put up. Let's do it.
learned about whatever wounded
Pen
that
is
worked there.
going to. I wonder if this would help. Pass without trace.
That, in
Yeah.
fact, does help.
He's
Heck
he's
yeah.
gonna do pass without
That's
trace.
that is the right tool for this job. You cast Pass Without Trace. Everybody within 30 feet of Ken, which is everybody, can roll stealth plus 10. So roll stealth, add 10
Good,
to your
because
result.
it makes that 8 and 18.
It's good
That's
because I have
excellent.
to roll
I'm
a
rolling
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
You clanky boys,
Clang, clang, clang.
girls, people.
Yeah, same difference.
Okay, grief.
I rolled 2 10s.
Okay, so that's a 22. We got
32
a
plus 10.
Jesus. You actually beat Grief, who rolled a 30.
Ken got 33. What the fuck?
The bard knows how to put the loot away, it seems.
Occasionally.
Not
Okay.
very
I
often.
told Doll he could be quiet.
Did say that.
As all of you find discreet hiding places, and the Pass Without Trace seems as though shadows cling to your feet, all of you hear nearby
That's big. That's a dragon.
enormous, heavy footsteps. Almost on cue, it begins to rain.
Uh-oh.
Anybody who would like to try and see what it is can roll investigation, but it's going to put a -5 to your stealth.
That's okay.
Oh.
For me, that's okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna sit
Ken's
tight.
Ken's gonna try.
Okay.
Well, I rolled before I knew that it would affect our stealth.
So do you investigate?
No.
Okay. Okay. Spring and Doll. You find an angle that you can look in the direction and actually get a clear view. Ken, I'm afraid there's just too much undergrowth between you and what it is to get a good, clear view of it. There is a huge creature pressing through the trees. It's maybe 60 feet away. It is enormous. It seems mostly bipedal, but you recognize the huge green and blue thick hide of a courser. A big one.
Hell yeah.
Its
Get
head
mama.
is low as it sniffs. With that really good stealth roll, though, doesn't seem to be aware of you.
I want Doll doesn't want to fight it, but I do.
That went so well for us last time.
Yeah, sure
Well,
did.
there are more than 3 of us
Went
here.
fine for me.
That is
I
true.
wasn't-
There are more than 3 of us.
But yeah, that's a big girl.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming it's Mama. I don't know that it's Mama, but
You can roll a nature check.
Do you have the art? I want to look at it.
It's not in my foundry at the moment,
Heck,
but I might be able to find it on my
look at that.
file.
Natural 20.
Hey, Scythe knows stuff.
It is definitely a female courser, an adult. You
Do I
don't
know
think
if
you want to
Mama-
fuck with it.
No, I don't. Do I know if mother coursers nurture their young? with a
Yes, they do.
natural 20? Yeah, that's what I
They
thought.
take very good care of them.
She is
uh,
real mad about her Bab. We do not
Say
want to fuck
that,
with her.
Bab.
So,
Oh,
as
did
you,
we kill the baby?
No, we freed the baby.
Oh,
yeah,
Sylvie
you,
did a whole thing where she took a huge ass bite just to heal it, and then
And it ran
Spring
away.
talked about making something out of its skin, and Sylvie called
There was
her
a whole fight.
evil.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So I
So,
just think that, I mean, Scythe at the time thought they should probably just put it out of its misery, but Sylvie made another choice and she didn't argue with her. Yeah, now Scythe is just holding very still because that's a big girl.
as it is moving by, I need one more stealth check.
okay.
So everyone please roll stealth again.
Oh, man.
It's taking its sweet time moving through the area. Still plus 10.
Yeah, 17.
So, you mean
rolls.
16 Scythe? 17 Sylvie? 22 Griffiths?
Oh, that's great.
34 for me.
Okay.
I just realized I was supposed to make that stealth roll at disadvantage because I am made out of adamantine plate. So let me just roll that again.
Okay. It didn't get worse.
Yeah, it did get worse. Okay, good. Sorry, I got scared for a second there, but did not roll below that 3.
Okay. Grief beats you this time, doll.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's on a 36.
Damn, bud. How'd I find you all those times?
He rolls bad sometimes. It's still my dice we're working with.
Big
Uh,
man.
The courser seems to stop and sniff and look all around it. But it doesn't notice you.
Damn.
As the rain begins to pick up, the courser presses on deeper into the woods, and you wait a few minutes until the sounds of wildlife slowly return.
Man, I hope she finds her baby.
She is close to town.
Mercer's gotta eat too.
Do they? Well, there's a bronze dragon there. Never mind.
You were going to ask if they were going to be fine.
I was going to ask if they had defenses set up for that kind of thing.
I heard
But-
that the bronze dragon doesn't give a shit about the town. He just happens to live there.
Well, he probably would not enjoy dealing with the courser in his front yard.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't care.
What's his problem?
Yeah. And there's the art of what a courser looks like.
Look at that, buddy. His little chicken wings.
So terrifying.
All right. That's what you saw peering through the underbrush. You saw one of those, easily 20 feet tall, pressing its way between the trees.
Can't we? I'm a city boy.
Yeah, we.
As you continue on through the woods, that was what you rolled. Next, we move on. Though it is raining, perception checks will be made at disadvantage. Survival checks are still the same, though. Scythe, please give me a survival. Grief is also rolling one.
Am I rolling perception too, or just?
I haven't asked for one yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you just said it was at disadvantage, so I wasn't sure.
They will be at disadvantage.
When you ask for one.
Yes. All right, one moment. Okay. As you're continuing onward, all right. The game trail is widening a bit. It seems as though the path is getting more and more traveled. And after your original sighting of that courser, it's been a couple hours now. Roll a perception check, everybody, at disadvantage, please.
I already did. It's a 12.
Okay, don't worry
I
about it, Sylvie.
misunderstood your instructions.
Scythe, that's a 7. It's a 15 spring. 6, 5. Okay. 13.
Springs is a 5, I guess.
So two
tell me-
15s. Oh, springs a 5. Okay, so Doll and Griffix.
Hey.
Hooray!
Wait, was I supposed to add a minus to it, or?
You roll it again and you take the lower of the two.
Okay.
Because it's a disadvantage.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so Griffix
Whoa.
and Doll.
Whoa.
As the team is proceeding over the smell of rainfall in the undergrowth, both of you smell blood.
Oh.
It smells warm and fresh, like something was recently spilling blood.
Yeah. But we don't hear anything? Like
With a
is clearly...
15, you do hear something. It's a sudden, sharp sound of breaking bone from ahead of you, up the trail.
Yes. I stop quietly, like reach out and grab Scythe. Smell blood. Fresh blood. Like a lot of it.
Where?
And he points ahead. Did you hear the bone? Something snapped.
Shit.
Don't like that.
We need to scout. Who else is quiet?
The bard.
Apparently.
Really?
Me needs
Okay.
come on, let's go.
Wow, I'm pretty quiet.
He can. Listen, I suggested you.
All right. Come on.
Sarcastically.
And Grief is gonna stealth and try and creep up to see what the fuck it was.
Yeah, same.
If you're going, Ken, please roll stealth.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm going.
Oh
Up
my
the
God.
leader way.
That's a
I
nat
trip.
1.
And fall on my face.
That totally takes the pressure out of the situation.
I mean, are we doing past that tray still?
It's been a few hours.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Okay.
Heck. It had to happen sometime.
It did. Doll, as soon as you all begin to head up the path, and you go up around the corner to see what it was, is just as you described. The grass and leaves underfoot are slick, and you feel your left leg give out, and you just fall forward.
As he's falling, he's just thinking, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh man, are you okay? And Ken will like reach over.
Grief whips around and says, "Are you serious?" And what you see over this little small lift in the soil is up the trail 20 feet from you. It looks like the same courser
Yay.
that is in the middle of eating what looks like a bear that it has just killed. Its head is facing towards you. Its eyes, well, its head slightly
Hi.
tilted for one of the eyes looking in your direction.
Oh boy.
And we do not have time for a combat at the moment, so this is where we're going to stop
Okay,
the
next
session.
time. Yeah, I wanted to fight it anyway.
Well, you're gonna, because you just beefed it.
Oh no! Oh my
I
god!
love it after
So good,
Doll was
yeah.
giving the bard so much shit about being
That's
quiet.
when he accidentally
Yeah, that's
rolls a
good
one.
timing.
Oh my
That's when
God.
it's gonna happen.
Very good. Very good.
Okay.
We did so good with our stealth too.
Yep.
Listen, I have made many good stealth rolls.
The last
Don't come for me.
the
one
last
before
encounter.
that, you were like at 42 or something. So
Well, the last encounter before you make it to Hidden is apparently a combat with a courser. So,
Hell yeah, I'm excited.
Me too.
not.
I high key actually really.
As
We're
I
gonna
said
rock
in
this
the
thing.
chat, the last time we encountered an adult courser, a follower of Iridia fucking died.
Yeah,
Okay,
there
but
were
also
3
there were
people
only
there.
3 of
three
us.
people in that fight, and one of
It's
them
true, and that
was,
follower was stupid.
he was fairly stupid.
Okay.
in that fight.
we're being recorded. As we get to the
Damn
end
it.
here, let's.
Sorry.
Oh no. As we get to the end of the session, before anything else, we got to get the players' vote for inspiration out of the way. So we're going to start at the top. Brinch, who did something that you liked?
Oh man, you'd think I'd be prepared for this one of these times.
You can't have a B name if you don't want to go first.
I gotta fix that.
That's why I changed my name.
Oh, is it?
Got it. Let's see what happened. Who talked to anybody? Who was talking to? What is it? Got information out of Grief.
Everybody.
I think it
a
was
group effort.
everybody, but
Pen?
Everyone talked to Grace. Even
Uh,
Sive talked to Grace.
Except
and she
Sylvie,
doesn't
who
even
was face
fucking
down in
talk.
a river.
Right. Let's see. I am going to randomly choose Ken.
Hooray.
For no good reason other than the fact that you always do a good job.
Oh, that's true.
okay. Then Jim, Meg, we come to you.
I'm gonna do Dom because I do find it hilarious, and it was a very subtle thing, but a very good portrayal where Dom was like, "Yeah, we're not interrupting that person that's just minding their own business. We're leaving."
Okay. Next, Hellfrog.
I want to vote for French. It's not for no reason. It is for a reason. I thought he handled his encounter with the djinn pretty well for a dude who met a djinn in his dream.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay. Next, Ken.
I'm going to vote for Ken because his insistence of tagging along with Doll is hilarious to me. And it's reinforcing Sylvie's idea that he just wants to, father-son bond.
Just wants to be friends with everybody.
Kill
Are you my
all.
dad?
Like he is a murderer. I need you to know this.
Doll or
He's a
Ken?
Damn it.
Maybe both.
Probably
Maybe it
both.
runs in the family.
Okay.
Oh
See,
my
I
God.
knew it.
Ah.
Don't you see the family resemblance? They both have faces.
Tears.
And ears.
Okay, Emily.
Well, shit. I was also going to give it to Ken for tagging along with Doll hilariously this whole session, and that shit was very funny. But I do also want to.
Ganesh.
You're giving me the opportunity to shout out Sao actually, so I'm gonna give it to Scythe because I really man, you're playing the barbarian that kind of used to be a druid thing with such pathos.
Aw.
Like every time she talks about nature but feeling disconnected to nature, it really tugs at my heartstrings a little bit, and she does it with such kind of consistent interest but also sadness and disconnection but wanting to connect. It's great and it's nuanced and I love it every time you do it.
Okay. Which brings us to last but not least, Sao.
There was a lot of fun stuff this session. I am gonna say I would like to give it to Pen for the apology. Because I didn't expect it. I didn't expect the introspection from the Herbo.
She has more depth than might not be readily apparent.
I liked it. I thought it was good. So there
She
you
has
go.
a wisdom of 18. It's got to come out.
It just doesn't always show.
She has an intelligence of 9, however, so
Yeah.
the balance.
So, Ken, you've earned the players' vote for inspiration this round. Well done. Thank you all for playing with me. I hope you had a good time. And to those of you who are at home or at work listening, hi, Pen. Everybody
And
else.
Emily for the recap.
Evan, hello.
We love you all, and I hope you all have a good night. Thank you again.